Just met the nutty professor brother. Isn't that right? Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, two to be here. Isn't that right? Again. All right. Everybody alive, ain't there? All right. Ain't but one other way to be if you ain't alive. You got to be dead. Isn't that right? Yahushua declared he was moot. Then he declared he was alive forevermore. That's why we're here. Isn't that right? Through the Khan and by the Khan of Mr. Yahuwah. Isn't that right? By the favor he's granted us, giving us the opportunity to come in and give kabul to his Shem, which is his name. Isn't that right? I hope everybody been considering. Have y'all been considering?
Yes, sir.
I know everybody had. I tell you what y'all said. Let me tell you what you do. You keep living, if you can, as long as you can, to take life away from you. Then I want you to look at, consider, if you let you keep life for a certain period of time, you'll get in your life where you'll start to look at and you'll start to appreciate the small things that people don't think about. When I was a young man, I remember hearing the older people say, I thank the Lord for a portion of health and strength. I used to think that was the lamest. I thought that was the lamest drawing. I was like, what is a portion of, you know what I'm saying? They said for the activity, or the members and for the blood still running warm. And you're like, you don't say that, but you're thinking, what kind of sense did that make? I was a young man. So you don't consider how when time comes in, the only thing people don't consider when you see older people, they ain't been old all their life. They had a life before they got to wherever the condition they in now, or however they look now. So a lot of times you don't consider they got experience, and with that experience, the people they've seen come and go, the things they saw themselves that, overcome and shouldn't have came out of, they start to appreciate the small and the finer things. But when you're young, you just don't think nothing about it. You really don't. You don't think nothing about it till something happens in your life, some come in, some occurrence come in, beyond your control, and you make it back, and you shouldn't have made it back. You start to appreciate things and the people you know in your life, what happened in your life, and then it comes back to your memory, you remember, and you think about, I didn't think nothing about that. But ain't it good? I'm just saying, it takes time. Time has a way of changing a person, and now I understand more and better when you say, how they appreciate, even the pains and the aches, because they say, at least I'm alive to feel them. I just think to myself, how you thank him for a pain? To me, that was just the dumbest stuff. If I'm in pain, why would I thank him for pain? They just learn, and then, old people, you ask them how they were doing, and they say, I'm tolerable. You said, tolerable. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I say they could tolerate, tolerable. You say, like, what is tolerable? How you answer the question? You know what I'm saying? They'll say, good as he'll let me, good as he'll allow me. You trying to figure out, as good as he'll allow you. What kind of reply is that when I ask you how you doing? They say, as good as he'll allow me. You just say, okay. Anybody remember older people saying something like that? And I don't know about y'all, but for me, it was just kind of bad. But I never said nothing like, oh, that's stupid or nothing like that. It was just the fact that, to me, it didn't sound like you gave a clear-cut answer. As good as the Lord allow. Think to yourself, as good as the Lord allow. I just thank him for my aches and my pain. He said, thank you for your aches and your pain. Who does that? It's almost me, I'm taking it though, they were saying, give me more of something because you're thanking him. You appreciate it, but they appreciate the fact that they was alive. And they always consider, whatever your situation is, it could be worse. A lot of times I say that with you guys because a lot of y'all are younger, younger to some of us. And in doing that, sometimes you'll cry, you'll faint, at the first sign of something. And you'll give up and you'll think everything against you when something happens. But when you live a little while and you've been around the corner a couple of times, you come back around, you kind of realize it's kind of part of life. You know what I'm saying? You just learn to start to say, I've learned to understand things. That's what people with age learn how to do. They just learn to understand things and appreciate the smaller things. Some of us, it take a whole world to make us happy. when you're young, you got so much life you're trying to embrace. You got so much you're trying to accomplish. There's so much you want to do. But, you know, and where we at right now in life, it's time, as he told her, it has to be a door that have a shot, a door they don't even have one. We moving to that time. You know, a lot of people, I just want to do all I can, and sometimes you can't because of the situation we in. I don't know, a lot of y'all probably don't watch the news. I know some people, millennials, they're about the dumbest people on the planet. I don't know what you call yourself a millennial, but just a retard. Basically, it's another code for them retarded. You know, everything that could possibly be going wrong is going wrong in their rights. Everything. They got floods wiping, Europe got slammed. They got 104 dead so far in Germany. That's how bad, you know, floods come, they'll tell you what, 2 dead, 1 dead, looking for survivors on something else. They got 104 off the rip dead. That's how bad. Netherlands, and the Netherlands, that's where Heloise from, they underwater. I mean, listen, man, Europe got slammed. They got hit. And rightfully so, all these places that come through, the Greeks took over the Netherlands. They conquered them. So a lot of their people, that was a Greek providence. You know, with France and Belgium, they got hit. The Belgium, they're responsible for enslaving our people in the Congos. These people, what's the name, Scipio, I think it was, that bastard came through there and made a mess out of them and butchered people. He killed tens of millions. He killed more than America ever killed. America only killing you with the police. They're still trying to catch up with the people he killed and took out of him. I mean, they wiped Hades. All the people they assassinated and killed there. They talking about assassinating president. We had emperors. There's president stuff. We got different white people. You know, we had emperors and had empires. And these white people always come through. And it's been their desire to wipe out our empires. They have. They've been conquering us so long. The only thing people hadn't come together to use their head to do is learn how to fight back against these people. Because it's not just an issue with the so-called Negro. This is an issue with, people that what they would call Asian descent, the Chinese people, the Japanese people, the South Korean people, the Vietnamese, people in all these islands you guys don't even know in Laos. They got so many areas and so many regions and so many of these people. They actually outnumber a lot of us. China alone outnumber the rest of everybody else. And let alone you start to put all of them together when you do the Philippines, just everybody in that whole region, how many it is. Yeah, a couple of white people rule everybody. Biggest Africa, the largest continent on the planet. White man came back and drew a map, and you that dumb, you look at it. I just couldn't imagine nobody trying to explain me geography when you ain't been in the air to sit and watch every play. You tell me when you drew this, you was in the air? Hovering. You had the Maori carp. You had the hover. To really sit and draw this out, and in the air, how do I know where the line's cut? From the air, how would I know that? These people ain't had no area view to tell you how wasn't no place cut and draw out at. So a lot of stuff they tell you nothing but lies anyway. Isn't that right? I mean, these white folks tell you anything. Don't let anybody make no fool out of it. It's just unfortunate how people just don't have a brain out here to think for ourselves. But you look at all the people that, they've conquered, which is all of us, all of the people that have been conquered, we all fighting each other. Yeah. Put a bunch of Hispanic people in a black community, we're gonna fight each other. You put Asian people in a black community, we're gonna fight each other. None of us looking at, how did we both get here? It went out, who grows up and says, you know what, baby? Project. They reduce you to the project. They impregnate you and disease you to the project. They put you on drugs or cocaine to get you in the project. Nobody just walks and goes in the project to stay. But yeah, all put each other. We got one mutual person that's responsible for the detriment of all our races. Why had none of these people come together yet and stop fighting and sound look at what lie you been told about me and I tell you what lie I've been told about you. And let's see what's true. That black people want to kill everybody in the world. Who told you this lie? We learned to live with everybody. If you poor and white, you come to the project, you know what the why we said? Somebody, man, we said, man, leave them alone, man. They live on here, man. Yeah. They want us. They have them all, I seen, we did all the time, had somebody white with us. We never went nowhere somebody was white with it. We like, oh, you can jump on. Never did. You couldn't do it. Wasn't happening. You can forget it. Like, man, he want us, man. They're in that. We had white girls that would hang around us so much, they were like, everybody knew, who that white girl? Keep your mouth shut. Don't cut it, keep your mouth shut. They want us. I mean, and the women, just like they was a sister. So, I mean, we embrace everybody. You know what I'm saying? Whether Hispanic, if you don't have a problem with us and you accept us for who we are, we'll accept you. If you ain't, that's being honest. Black people, that's just being honest. It don't make no difference. We'll accept it. It's like we might like the art couple we walk down the street, but we look at shoe. You ain't doing nothing to me, and you ain't got no problem with me, and we like the same thing. I ain't got no problem with you. But we still hate each other. And most of that hate each other, we sign and talk. We'll see we got stuff in common. But see, we don't ever get that kind of opportunity to do that because we already have a mutual hate for each other. Only person we won't forgive is each other. I get up and hug a white man, and he'll be a man. He's like, I'm sorry, I hated black people, and I beat some of them up, and I worked, I even helped with some of them hanging some of them. You know, I didn't feel, and he break down crying and say he's sorry, man, we gonna hug him. Yeah. A nigga come and say, man, I lied to you. What, effing nigga? I'll kill you, nigga. I just tried to apologize. Nigga, you dead to me, nigga. Nigga, you dead. We'll forgive everybody. We'll forgive a Mexican. We'll forgive everybody except each other. That's the only thing scary about us now. We will forget everybody except each other. You can forget it. You'll never get no forgiveness from us. But if you white, man, you got to just look past it. You got to let stuff go. That hater eat you up. All this stuff, it won't eat you up if you hate another nigga. It will eat you up if you hate anybody else. If you don't forgive somebody, you'll burn in hell. But if they black, I don't forgive them either. We'll say I'd rather go to hell than burn if I forgive them. We dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because our anger is understandable. It really is understandable. You just don't know how to target it. It's like a person shooting a gun. Wow. You say, oh, whoa, what you doing? You say, I'm shooting. You say, that ain't the way you do it. Turn, and you got to brace yourself. You'll teach how and learn how to aim at the target. Learn how to look down the sights. We'll do that, but we ain't learn how to target our anger to the right place yet. When we go to hating, we start hating the wrong people all the time. Each other. That's it. We hate each other real quick. That's a whole nother subject matter we need to deal with. How to forgive ourselves. The only way you're gonna really learn how to treat each other, you gotta learn how to love yourself. I heard people say that, thinking love yourself and masturbating or something. But now you gotta learn how to love yourself, learn how to forgive yourself. Because you can see something in you that's worth saving and keeping, you gotta believe you ain't the only person. But the problem is, we had never learned how to forgive ourselves. And white America ain't gonna let you do it. White America never gonna let you do it. If you get off, if it's technical, a technicality, they're gonna emphasize the technicality got you off, not that you've been vindicated. But the technicality got you off, then you've been vindicated, just like with Bill Cosby. I'm not a fan of Bill Cosby, in no way. I watched Fat Albert because that was on TV and we didn't have cable. I never liked Fat. I thought it was a dumb, stupid show. I never liked Fat. He looked sloppy. I couldn't understand why this other boy walked around with a hat that came up with his eyes to his lips. And I never could see his face. The one rooting on him, he was stupid. With him and his hat. It was just stupid kids. They did the dumbest stuff and it was poor. You know what I'm saying? It was just too poor. I just never liked it. But you watched it. And the only time it was good was Halloween. They had Fat Albert Halloween thing. That's the best they ever looked. When they put on the mask and put on that stuff and ghosts come out. Other than that, I just thought it was just a stupid show. Then he would be sitting there and break off and he'll have something to say. Supposed to be some morality in it, and I never got it. I don't know how many of y'all remember the Fat Albert show. And then Bill Cosby would say something. I never. Anybody ever liked it though? Everything y'all liked it? I really didn't. I watched it as a kid. If you think about it, if you looked at what did you like? Tell me, Christian, what did you like about it? Say played the instrument. What you say, CL? The Brown Hornet. I do remember. That was an episode the Brown Hornet was on there. Well, I remember that. He was the Brown Hornet. I remember something about the Brown Hornet. He was on the Fat Albert, didn't he? That's vaguely in my mind when you said it. I remember the Brown Hornet. I do remember that. But for me, it was, I don't know what kind of games was on Good Time. It just get depressing. When you look at, how they get us to have fun and we enjoy stuff. Look at all our shows we really did enjoy. They were always poor or dumb. See, white people can afford to do that. Like Married with Children. Dumb as out. Let me say something. When y'all remember the episode of the time when he couldn't pay their mortgage? Y'all remember that episode when Kelly got pregnant and tried to drop out of school? See, you see, even with being dumb, he worked at a shoe store. Look, Peggy could still come take money from him. Oh, Peg. You know, it still worked out. It worked out for the daughter. It worked out for Bud. I mean, stuff worked out. It was never go get Bud out of jail, like JJ get shot. I mean, our stuff was horrifying while enjoying it. I mean, these people at park, they know what they're gonna eat, how they gonna come up with $15 for the rent. I mean, you know, now you can look at a whole show what it's gonna be about before they even make it. But back then, you a kid, you sitting here, you looking thinking, man, how they gonna get out? I saw it when it was the original, not the rerun. So you don't know how this show gonna end. And some kind of shit, the Lord, and that neck just made me so sick. I hate her neck. I hate Florida Evans. I just hate Florida Evans. It made me sick, and she always, Jane found some money, she made him give it back. I like, you dumb bastard. Why? That's Jane's money. Jane, look, he got a gun. He get a gun. She made him get rid of the gun. And but you know what? This is what they try to teach you. White people subconsciously teach you how to have what they'll try to make you think a morality of your salvation or give. Let me tell you something. I found a bag with some money in it. Ain't no ID. I'm not looking for one. I'm not walking around asking who lost a bag of money. This is my money. I'm gone. Now, if you can't sleep at night, bring it to me. And don't tell nobody, I'm gonna be able to sleep. A bag of money? Oh, it could be a drug dealer. I don't know that. Why am I? If it is, thank you. Apparently you've been doing well. I'm sure that's not your own, but if I'm be right, I need to go get it to the drug dealer. I'm not going to do that. Not because he's a drug dealer, because I found it. It's mine. Y'all remember Find the Keeper? Lose a weeper. Cry, nigga, cry. Can't have no bag of money. I remember one time I was a kid, I found a wallet. I was poor. I found that wallet. I was Ryan. I seen it while I got the wallet. I opened up the wallet. Element, $150. Boy, I rolled my bike hard as I could. I was rich, filthy rich. Roll home, I'm almost like, God. She said, you need to get it back. I said, look at her, what? She said, that girl gonna need that money. She said, give it back. She said, what I do, I give you some of my money every week you get it. And she did, she convinced me. That thing brought me down. I ain't get that money back. It just brought me down. I was so tired of her talking about it. She sure wanted to, she said, just give it. Whoa, just think about that girl, that money. I'm like, I'm not thinking about it. I don't think I'm thinking about that. Why me you keep talking? I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? 100. Listen. Man, I found someone, I was at Six Flags, man, we had to jump on the water lock. They made me sit on the front. I didn't want to sit on the front of the water lock. Boom, you got to sit on the front. I said, man, I don't want to sit on the front. Why y'all sit on the front? I sat on the front. I said, where is it? I opened up this thing as a wallet. Found some money. That thing just got me. I looked at that picture in that wallet. I seen that white boy face his ID. I said, I can't do this. I took the money out and I put the wallet right down in the water. I did. I said, I can't stand it. I can't look at that picture no more. Man, that white boy looked so happy on that picture. I stuck that back water. My mama made me a sandwich and brought me a bag of some corn chips. Cause we had to school, we went to school, so you get in, but you ain't gonna buy nothing. So you want this big stupid brown bag. Let me tell you something. When I got that money, it was $75 now. I said, who want these chips? Boy, I got me a line. I'm eating at Six Flags. Elementary, you got $75? What y'all trying to do up in here? I could have went and bought the whole front gate let folks. Back then, I went Six Flags like $11. Man, I've been pimping out of went with that front letting them folks in there. Man, I couldn't take that. I saw that white boy face thinking, man, this man lost his wallet on this ride. Got that money. I said, he come back, he be right in the water. Man, you know, just shoot all around there. I know he was happy when he found that wallet. Cause heaven I got that money. Isn't that right? Y'all all right? Yes, but that's how it worked though. So time got a wheel going around and things happening to you. I just tell you, ain't nothing changed. Isn't that right? Let me find your wallet. You might want to go back out to the Six Flags and look at that water log. I'm gonna stick it over in now. But you know what? White folks, and saying it and how they convict you and convince you of you being a wrong, bad person. They make you return like people done found money. You know, I already put $8 million in your account, you need to give it back. First thing I'm looking at fleeing the country. Yeah. I got $8 million. All I'm looking for non-extradition. I'm out of here. That's my check. All right, y'all let me. Y'all live streaming, kick on, y'all see me in the aisle over there. I don't have nothing. And y'all see sand between my toes. Y'all be laughing. I'm rich, nigga. I'm out of here. Listen, I'll pay for you want to come. I can't give you $8 million. I'm gonna be a little short. Man, I gotta roll. Go ahead, man, mess up. Let me look at my account. Look at ching. I'm out of here. We finna do a wire transfer. And when my money hit, where my money at? That's where I'm gonna be. He said, well, man, treasure, that's where it's hard at. I'm out of here. I tell me what's in my heart, I got to get out of here. I ain't used to telling that lie. I ain't one of them preachers turning no money back in. When I find no money, listen, I ain't trying to find out who this, every one of y'all that's different. Really. I just be honest, I do that. I won't do that to you. But I'm out on the street and some money start blowing on him. I'm not trying to find out where to win. I'm thinking to win. Because you blowed this my way. But for me not being able to sleep and my country eat me up, it won't happen. Y'all people stop that stuff. Y'all think these white folks got a country when they shoot you down? When they beat you up, they 4 times. I just sent out a thing today. I don't know who sent that out. But some black man, they altered this man's mugshot so they could convict him of a crime. You think them white folk feel bad? It should have a country. This ain't the person. Why are we trying to pin it on the person? That would bother me. You're not the person. Why am I trying to make you the person? We need to catch the person who did it. How many people sitting in prison because of that? You know when white folks feel bad about this stuff? When they get caught and they finna go to jail. Yeah. They never have a conscience before that. Just like the police officer that shot that boy in the street in Chicago. All he was doing was dancing. All them police was standing around him the whole time. They had been following. Nobody pulled a weapon. They looking at it because they trying to put this together. No doubt they put in their mind, something's mental. Because he's standing here with him, he's seeing him dance. Crowd can get right out here, car, break through the middle of them, walk right out there and just unload him and just kill him. Y'all ever seen that before? Then we're going to pull it up. Who remember the name of this shoe? In Chicago. What's the name? Laquan McDonald. I'll just see the shooting part in that shop. Listen, this makes absolutely no sense. All these police officers already standing out here watching. Nobody pulled their gun, they've been following him. He's walking down the street, he's dancing, he's just moving on his own. So they don't find the guy they caught, so they sitting here, they're just looking at the boy trying to put this note, they're putting it together, realize something's wrong with him. Bastard get right out here, car, run on, and just blow him away. And I watched the testimony. He on the stand. I seen his eyes, and you could see like he was crazy, he was possessed, and I was shooting when I was fearing for the other police officer. Man, one white police officer got there and testified. All them jokers got up and walked out on him. I know that joker, I know he's suffering bad for that one. One white police officer got him, he put his life on the line. That's Chicago, you will die. Chicago and New York and LA, you will die. When people talk about all these white folk bad, I don't believe that. One police officer took a chance at running his life with air. He'll never be accepted with him. If he ain't listen, I'm sure he's suffering. That white man took his head, he got on that stand, he would testify against it. He didn't go along with it. A lot of times it'll look like all white people together. It's just people it ain't a matter of I love black people. It's just some people it ain't right. I don't give a flying flip what color you are. I don't agree with it, it ain't right. Just like y'all, you should be for what's right. It don't matter about what color person, if they right, they're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. It don't matter if you're black or white. That's how y'all gotta be. If you're gonna be Yehuda, you're supposed to be fair. I try to teach y'all that. You be fair with people. Treat folk right. Y'all got even some people don't like. If something right, it's just right. I ain't gotta like it. It just ain't. If something right, it's just right. Y'all got it? There's some actors I don't like. Basketball players don't like. And they ain't right either. So I don't know where we're going with that one. Let's sit down. Am I blocking anybody from saying this? Said some preachers. Oh yeah, plenty of. Graphic scenes of violence. You okay? You need something to drink? No, no, you need something now. Look at him. Look at that boy. You see the weapon? Dangerous. Look at him. He's just hitting. He said you look at his eyes. They still shooting? I think he shot him like 12 times. Look at him. I think, did he have a knife in his hand? No, he had something in his hand. But did you see how far he was? He never approached. He never approached. He was walking down the street. That was a crime. Somebody called about him, and the police officer already had hollered at the window talking to him. He didn't respond. Nobody never jumped out the car to stop him. Because look, he wasn't bothering nobody. They knew something was wrong as he was walking, but nobody saw him as a threat that they need to cut him off and stop him. As you can see, the police officer was running in front of him trying to stop him. Let's back it back up. Let's see it again. Let's see if we can slow it down. I'm sure it'll go back through it. This must be the officer car coming. So that officer light on. Start laying him out. One more shot. They see him moving. And that made him breathing. You know, for the white boy, they'll call that a clean shot, clean kill, but you're not approaching nobody. That's him. And that the officer, the one you just showed, that showed his testimony where he said he saw. They found him guilty. He ain't getting no real time, like 3 years. Is he going toward the police officer? Is he approaching toward anybody else? So boy, and he came up last on the scene, straight to killing. Other officers were already down. That just show you, listen, when you white, you always justified. 3 years in prison mean he did what, 3 years? Probably a year max. And they didn't get out and get to write a book. They're probably not even a murder. They probably charged him with some manslaughter, some that don't show murder. Almost like you assisted with. That's the white boy testimony right there. Let's hear him understand. Let's hear him tell his version what happened. Turn it off some. We can't hear it. For me, letting y'all see this so you can realize what kind of society you live in. Y'all know how they tell y'all mental illness is a real problem? And then you get these lazy police officers tell you they don't want to try to sit down and try to circumvent or try to figure out who has a mental problem. You're dealing with the public. Why wouldn't you want to be trained to know who you're dealing with? Everybody in America, everybody in the world don't have the same mental state. Everybody don't have the same upbringing. You're a police officer. You gotta be. That should be the simplest first training. First of all, you need to know people. It ain't even about people. Say they need to teach them how to police in their community. It don't matter what community I'm in. People are people. And how many of y'all can look at somebody and tell something's wrong with them, something's going on with them? Based on, so I'm a police officer. This is what I do every day. I'm interacting, whether giving a ticket, asking people to stop, asking people to come in traffic, just a light go out. You're constantly, it's a job you can't avoid dealing with people. So certain things you should be accustomed to or you should be aware of and start to think. And nobody should have to train you on how to be a human being. But unfortunately, we live in a society where white people just not accountable. No, they hold each other accountable when they mean like they holding them accountable for that election that they feel like Trump should have won even though they lost. These the same spoiled white people we've been dealing with all our life. Same spoiled white people who can't accept their voting system shot them in the foot. They cricket system backfired on them. And these the same people when we do something, they try to go tell these lies. Black people get all the benefit. Black people get all these programs. Why black people don't know about them? If black people got all these benefit programs, why any of us poor? Because white people rather fight a lie and run behind a lie before they accept the truth. Yeah, if it's something you just lazy. If anybody white and poor, you just a sorry excuse for living. I'm white, I can't get shot, I can't go to jail, I get every benefit of the doubt no matter what I do. What I look like being broke? You white. That's why they get poor white people. They don't give a flying fuck. They're like, you too stupid. You got every opportunity. Welfare was invented for white people. Man, before I learned what these people could do with these cars, I had a white girl. She used to work at a place where I used to pick up stuff from when I was driving trucks for a company. And she had a car, man, she bought cheesecakes, all kinds of stuff. She would tell me how much money, this and that. They give me this money. She said, I don't care about it. She just buy up stuff for the office, all kind of stuff. Job, and she was getting the EBT card. I was just sitting here and just listening to it. So wasn't no secret. She let me know, listen, she would buy all kind of stuff for the office, let them get it. She's like, it's for them. The biggest person on welfare, and people don't know it, is the white woman. Yep. Proven fact that the white woman is the queen of welfare. And y'all will hate yourself. All right, let's hear what Van Dickey got to tell you. Can you turn it up? See that? Y'all saw what happened, right?
What I said immediately after the shooting, I do remember talking to Detective March. I remember telling him. I just demonstrated to you.
So you never told him that he put that Lupin brought the knife over his shoulder and pointed it to you. Is that what you're saying?
Again, I don't remember exactly what I said immediately after the shooting. I was still in shock.
Told that to Dr. Miller, when Dr. Miller interviewed you, didn't you?
What did I tell him?
You told him that he brought the knife up over and across
Hey, y'all felt that?
his chest and was pointing it at you?
I told Dr. Miller that he brought it up across his chest like this, yes.
Okay, and you sat there for several days. Where do you see that on the video?
I don't see a video.
You sat here for several days and watched several videos, haven't you?
Yes.
Have you ever seen Lupin McDonald do that on one of those videos?
The video doesn't show my perspective.
The video doesn't. How about the animation? Let's play that. The animation that I'm going to show, Your Honor, what's been previously entered as defense exhibit number 10. We're going to skip to your perspective. There's your perspective, right? Is that it? You want me to play it again?
No, it's not my perspective because it's showing the back of my head and not from my eye level. It's not showing what I saw. It's showing the back of my head and above me.
Okay,
so it's not my perspective, miss.
Let me ask you this. It says officer view on that,
I'm
and
sorry.
that's what your expert presented as your view. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, miss?
That's what your expert presented as your view?
That's beyond my,
Were you sitting here the last couple of days when your expert testified?
Are you tired of feeling stuck in the office?
That's
Get
good.
out of the call center and work from home.
I was here, yes.
Okay. And he testified that this was from your viewpoint, correct?
I don't know.
And do you see in that video at all Laquan McDonald raising the knife?
No, I don't.
And in this particular video, it stops right there, right? When he falls to the ground? Right?
I don't see the video anymore. It disappeared, miss.
Okay. When you watch the video in court, your animation, it stops once Laquan falls to the ground, correct?
I'm going to take your word for it.
You didn't watch it?
All right, play it again.
Let's play it. Again, this is a...
That's how they get to play, you stupid.
And it stops right there, correct?
It's still going.
Well, this is just playing it over and over because it doesn't stop unless you stop it, right? On your animation, did you ever see anything that happened?
Anybody snapped on him for being
after Laquan
stupid?
goes to the ground?
You don't object to me playing your animation, you make me.
That's your objection overruled.
I didn't see the video stop, so I don't know where it's supposed to stop.
Okay, so in your testimony, as you sit here today, that you stopped shooting, you made a decision to stop shooting?
I'm sorry, I don't understand this. Could you repeat that or rephrase it?
Sure. Did you ever make a decision to stop shooting that night?
Yes, I did.
And when was that?
Once I recognized that he hit the ground.
Well, he hit the ground and you continued to shoot, correct?
On my approach, yes.
And so you were walking closer to him as you continued to shoot him?
I don't understand.
Well, you just said on your approach. So as you're approaching him while he's on the ground, you're continuing to shoot him?
No, I think you're putting words into my mouth.
My
Yeah,
question was...
I'm trying to answer your question, miss, so please let me answer it. After I reassessed the situation, I didn't fire after that. Yes, I did.
You reassessed. And when was it that you reassessed?
After I lowered my weapon.
When did that happen in the scheme of what happened at night? When did you lower your weapon?
After I recognized the fact that you fell to the ground, lowered my weapon. After reassessing the situation, that would have been it.
And then you continued to shoot him after that?
I shot at that knife. I wanted him to get rid of that knife.
Okay, let's talk about the knife. You're not trained as a police officer to shoot at somebody's knife, are you?
No, I'm not.
You're trained to shoot at Zimmerman, correct?
Yes,
So why would you continue to shoot at his knife? That's not what you're trained to do.
my focus was just on that knife, and I just wanted him to get rid of that knife. That's all I could think.
That's good.
I'm going to play what's been...
That more or less just pissed me off anyway. That's more to piss y'all. And you know, the fact is, how many of y'all saw him playing a game? No, this is a thing you remember. The people that were prosecuting him, the people, the person sitting on the judge himself, they say this all the time. Defendants playing stupid. The fact they're allowed to go is what you need to watch the problem. It could have been cut off and the judge could talk. We're not finna play games. We cut this off right now. You saw the video. When did it stop? I don't know, the video's still going. She asked him, it stopped once he hit the ground. She's trying to get him to realize once he hit the ground, if you go with your statement or you felt threatened, felt like you was trying to defend, when he hit the ground, the shooting should have stopped. And she let you know he approached him still shooting. And he told you he was shooting at the night. Like she said, no police officer trained to shoot no weapon. Send a mask. You don't waste time headshot, you wind up missing. Send a mask. Stop him. If you're gonna go with the knife or threat, send a mask, shoot, stop, hit the ground. At that point, unless he's trying to get up, he's still a threat. At that point, he's not. That's just common sense. But I just said it to let you see, it's because of how they view you. Until you get people to view you in a different light, nothing's ever gonna change for you. These young people, when they try to tell y'all stuff, you might feel like your parents hard on you when they tell you stuff. I felt the same. I hated my dad growing up. Worst enemy in the world. I would like to have him alive today. He told me a lot of good things that kept me around. He just wanted to keep me out of stuff. Certain people he saw, he said, I don't want him back in my yard. That's it. He looked at him, he said, I don't want him in my yard. I'm trying to figure, how you look at somebody and come up with you don't want him in your yard? You don't even know him. Of course, I couldn't tell him that. Y'all kids can now, you can go back and forth with your parents. That got that. When he said, I don't want to buy my house, I don't want my yard. That's what he meant. They coming out, I said, man, let's go. You can't be in the yard. I got to walk you now. No. I get some water. Not from now. You don't even tell him, you just keep him away from now. Let me meet you up, we go something. No, you can't come here. He already spoke on it. Because they watched it and you look over time, you realize they people, he was right about them. You know, you get your head on right and you start to see things, because they look at things. My daddy was older than him, he was in his 40s. So a lot of that junk, he done already seen and done it. He look at, ain't going on, I see him. Nope. How it goes up? Nope. I already know what you're gonna do. Some of you ain't got no business. Gonna go somewhere? Best be here by 11. You trying to think, 11? That's when stuff gets started. You be here at 11. When stuff gets started, you need to be home. It was just, you looked at, you can't win, you want to go out, you want to do stuff. A lot of them people dead. They either dead, on drugs, messed up, married several times, in a mess, medicated, messed up some kind of way, or some kind of dysfunctionality going. You realize, you say, he was right. So we try to tell y'all some young men and our young ladies, it's something because we done seen it before. See, when you get in the hands of these people right here, that white boy is one of many. I don't know if you could just show the police officer that walked out, they should have showed something, just pull it up and just say it for me. I'm never seeing. These people sat here and walked. No police officer, no trainer would ever agree with no foolishness like that. Nobody would have went along with that foolishness. And what he did, he was like, no, I don't agree with that. Stupid. They got up and walked out because they looked at their brotherhood is better and more connected than what's right. These people swore an oath to uphold truth, and yet they're the breakers of it. The fact that the people, even a lot of these people even hold these offices, and they talking about ain't no police officer, quit. I'm going to follow you anyway and get some people here for justice. Listen, as bad as I hate the white man system, I will not be unfair with it. I will be no better than him. That's just, man, I'm going to go, since I feel like you're a racist, I could plant something on you. That don't justify, at that point, I became him. What our argument is about them? They plant stuff on them, they lie. Now I'm going to go plant stuff back on them and lie. So where the difference at? A lot of our people feel like, let's do it. At that point, you ain't trying to, we supposed to show, well, we step in and show them how justice can be ruled out and given out and still be fair. That's how I tell people, you still supposed to be fair with people. Y'all got it? I tell you, I ain't never taught y'all to go and screw people. You're supposed to be fair with people. Regardless of their race or their color, whatever they religion, they ethnic, whatever it is, I don't agree with no homosexuality, but if a homosexual write about something they did, I say that faggot right. Not the fag part. The other one. They're right, that's it. But you can't go and say, well, since they're homosexual, they wrong anyway, so whatever they do right, still wrong. You can't do that. We supposed to have a difference between them. See, when you hate the type of stuff that these people do, and the fact these people swear oath to do something and stand with somebody for a brotherhood when they're wrong, We got an allegiance to a brotherhood. I ain't got no allegiance with you. If you wrong, I'm still with you though. At that point, we just serve that one. Man, you supposed to be with me. No, brother. If you wrong, you wrong. Y'all got it. We don't have no allegiance all the way with you. Wrong or not, I'm still with you. That's crazy. You get husband and wife do that. I ain't got that relationship. I don't want my wife to have that with me. You wrong, you wrong. I ain't with you. Now, even Yahuwah said, can two walk together? That's dangerous. That people will go along with that kind of foolishness. I just showed you. Can you just show them right quick? Do you have it under the show them where they walked out? I just said walk out the courtroom. Every one of them, their name need to been posted and they need to been fired. They ain't got no business with the job. You riding around in car, you think about it, when you pull somebody over, you can end somebody's life right there. They ain't just gotta be shooting you, just plant something on you. You've gone to being a white collar worker, whatever your life is. Just say you work at McDonald's. That's still a life. That's what you do. And plant a gun, plant drugs on you, and set up something on you, and that thing, you go to court, you can get all the expensive attorney you want to. That judge gonna look at me. That prosecutor gonna say, this man here is an officer of the court. And you expect her to believe this man planted these drugs on you and put that gun on you? And that gun been in a murder. Think of how your life, you working at McDonald's, out here just getting it. It ain't what they might call a piece of, but it's your job, it's your life. You live in a 1-bedroom crappy apartment, it's your life. And some cracker walk up and decide, I'm gonna put a gun in drugs. Now you got a gun that's already been implicated in a murder and drugs. What do you think you're getting, probation? First offender day, probation. You going down the road. You down the road, you done. And when you get out and you try to reestablish your life, they gonna pull that right. You ain't got no life. You should have stayed in. So now where you went on that side of the law, they just push you to be on that side. Now you gotta sell dope. Now when you get busted, you the one claiming you ain't sell dope. See how they get you now? See that? Now you're caught when virtually looking at you forced them. That's how they force them. Why y'all think they get the so-called Negro on the corner to sell dope? First of all, they undereducate you. They miseducate, misinform you. So you run out here with these dreams of what you're gonna do. You know how many few of us ever make it out? When you talk about making it to an NFL team, ain't no NFL team looking for no whole team. They're looking for a couple of players. They got slots open. You know how many kids graduate from college trying to go to NFL, go to NBA? Ain't but so many getting drafted. And they got you sitting here and made a fool out of you. You were great in high school, you were great in college, but you can't cut the mustard in the big league. Because when you start hitting, going into the pro, it's people you ain't never heard of. When you hear them and start hearing what they did, your stuff sound like you ain't never even played before. It's people you ain't never heard of. When they come, you see these people, and you see what they done, you like, wow. This nigga here way better. You think you gonna start, you know what you're gonna do? You finna start leaving. People you ain't never heard of, never seen. When you get to see him, you get to hear him, you like, this joker here is really great. And here you go, your dreams getting lower and lower. Next thing you know, you on the street. For our women, what chance have they got? For a woman, you gotta go through and get an education. They ain't really had no professional sport for y'all. They just getting it, women NWA. Once you get pregnant, that's done. Put on 5 or 10 pounds, you done. Women day number. How long you gonna play in the NBA, WNBA? Woman break down too fast. You might get you a year or two. You said 5 years. You're gonna be working hard for 5 years. Now, a woman body gonna break down. It's hard for a man to keep up. NFL, the average time is 2 years. You gotta keep up with speed, man, keeping up with the speed. Don't you know every year you come out, you got somebody coming out faster than you? Somebody catch better than you, run routes better than you, who can read playbooks. You paying somebody to train you how to read it. Most of these folks don't even know. Playing ain't in your harder part. Your harder part, you gotta be able to read that playbook. Them folks drop that out here. This the playbook, be ready there. You a dummy. You look how they play, you a complete dummy. They don't know why they pick up from these white schools. Cause they gonna train them how to do it. Them white boys gonna be trained how to, they already not do this stuff. They gonna not get on the field and play. Most of your playing were out in somebody's yard. Somebody throw the other one, everybody running. How all y'all gonna be the receiver? 2 niggas blocking. Man, you got no skin, much stuff you gotta know and play. That's how they get us out of it. It ain't we can't play. They set it up the way you can't catch on. Nobody never had you no playbook. Quick, when you went to Auburn and you went with Texas, who had the most complicated playbook? Let me guess, Texas. Them people start recruiting. You think they're going to Texas first? Test out, you think they're going to Auburn. Going to Auburn. Because they already know, you already been trained how to operate like this. These are particularly more white school, white dominant school. That's where they picking from. I'm trying to tell you, the black when they get it, the money they spend, they lose money. Every agents beat them, everybody beat them, make a fool out. Most of these players, they don't be long, they be broke. I don't care what you give them, they be dumb and they be broke. Because they don't do it. These white, how many times y'all see a movie, dumb white boy who spent up all his money? Them white boys go play a year or two, walk out, and that thing know they sent somewhere in corporate America. They don't, what they had a backup quarterback for San Francisco. Y'all remember that movie came out, what was that one? Concussion, he walked off. His second, he quit. He said, it ain't worth it for him. Do you know how much money they pay you for a quarterback, even if you on the bench? A quarterback? You don't get no $1 million no year. That's just to get a Cam Newton, a nigga. Do y'all understand? A quarterback, that's a skill position. I can't keep no man back here throwing no ball who can get it light red for no $1 million. Except for Robert Griffin III, except for Cam Newton, except for Michael Vick. You don't want no white boy no foolishness like that. The white boy go and touch a trophy and he getting $45 million. What trophy Mad Ice done won? That white boy getting paid out the wazoo. Now they talking about trading him. Look how much time he get to here, he getting traded. Nigga walk in and hit locker. Do you understand these guys walked in, they lockers would change? Do you know how that hurt you to walk into a game and you can't get in your locker? You going to try to figure out, my locker jam. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Dominique found out like that. Found out you go that your locker don't work. You know what I mean? Do you know, listen, the news, what up? What you doing? You been traded. You trying to figure, been what? Traded. White boy don't get that. They talk to white boy. White boy get to move around and scout teams and decide. They set up and already set when they moving. White boy don't never get hurt. When they got rid of what? That Smith boy for 49ers and put Alex Smith and put Koffenheimer. That was the name, Captain Koffenheimer. He was a nigga after he started messing up. I would have got rid of him for him messing up. Forget the football. He just got sorry. I don't know why they gonna put it. Gonna tell he took no. That nigga was sorry. Then you gave up a contract to get in a game. You gonna pay me my Sunday bench? Ain't no nigga gonna sit on that bench better than me. Man, I'll flip it over. If I walk by and you sit on that bench and you look at me, I'll flip that bench over. Get up, nigga. They pay me to sit on that bench. Probably the best bench one. I'll tell nigga get through. Sit right here. This the warmest spot on him. Man, shoot. They be doing booty commercial. Warm up your bench. Man, I'm telling you, but they had all kind. Man, I had all kind. I bet Sport Illustrated everywhere. Best booty setter ever on the bench. The money he gave it up to risk his life for less money and then you out. Koffenheimer is out because of his dumb decision. That nigga ain't got him out no league. I don't know why y'all people believe that. He's a dummy. He's a complete dummy. Do you know how dumb you gotta be? I want to play. The only reason I'm playing, I like the sport, but it's the money. I'm risking my life. I have guaranteed money to sit here. If you're that dumb, you gave me that contract, I'm going to take advantage of it. The knee stuff, that's just extra. Really want that knee because his long, stupid foot sitting out here on the field. Get up, nigga. They don't care about that stuff. What did it do for us? The same man went sign a Nike deal, and when you seen it? You know, they show y'all all the time. These niggas ain't got no integrity. He did all that talk. When you see him bust all out about that knee? Once the Nike got him to sign off on that shoe, where the shoe at? You think Nike cared about that shoe? They duped him and killed his credibility. They show you, that nigga didn't care nothing about y'all. He wasn't playing. That's all he cared about. Since I can't play, I'm sorry, I'm going to call a problem on the sideline. It was a good marketing scheme, but dumb decided to get in the game and just show you just how terrible he was. I'm just being honest. Y'all feel sorry for these people. Feel sorry for yourself. Right. None of these athletes care nothing about you. Most of that stuff they doing is self-gratification. They just trying to get their name out. They ain't getting nobody to hear them. Nobody sees them. And you run behind them. You think they care about you? I don't know how they can stop. How you gonna offer me money to start caring about my own people? My own safety? I'm gonna take money for you to kill me? They dumb. You know what they hate more than an interracial child that worse than any of us? To them, because that show the blemish in their life. Every time they see one of them interracial kids, them a blemish in their life. They see y'all high yellow kids walking around and you ain't got no mixed parent, they know that's a scar on them. Okay, white people, what you think? Nelson know what happened. Everybody knew, nobody talked about it. That kid white and all those black, this little white kid and the kid, that's your kid. Everybody, and you know, nobody say that. They ain't got to talk, but you know they know. After a while, he shoot them off somewhere or get them out of his face. Move them off to another plantation, shoot them off over him. He hate us, because he know when he see you, he see his sin. I just got to tell it to you. I know y'all want to know it, though. Some of y'all, they love their master so much, they won't break away from them. They so scared of them, you think you need them. I'll tell you, everything that's wrong about you, you got it from him. Yes, he told it to you. You better than what he said. Listen, put something on your record and keep shoving paperwork saying, you've been convicted before? Yeah, throw it in the trash. See that blast you out. Then he got you, he said, I ain't never been convicted before. Then he said, have you ever been arrested? Then he got you saying, hold on, I did get arrested. Gotcha. Every time. Every time. He just keep on putting them off. He wants you to put on the highest level of education you got. Elementary, middle school, high school. It start darkening out. College. Throw it in the trash. Everything, all that stuff is to keep you out. Y'all know white people don't need that stuff.
They don't need it.
They don't need, man, my sister liked to have a job at IBM. And everybody in her department, you couldn't get in without a degree. You had to have a college degree. They were sitting down, white girl come in, they went out to lunch, they were sitting down talking. My sister asked them what college she went to. She said, college? She said, I ain't go to college. She just had to play it off. White girl hurt her feelings. They were all sitting here together. White girl, she just decided what college. Girl told her, college? I ain't go to college. They gotta hurt you. They want them Jews. That's for you, nigga. They put that on paper for you. White folk don't worry about that stuff. Do y'all know they got white people ain't never fill out an application? Yep. Can you imagine what job you ever got you didn't fill out an application for? Can you imagine white people making 6 figures? I'm talking about not no 6 figures, never filled out an application in their life. Say every job I ever got, said somebody always gave it to me. Probably somebody black. You don't think so? Ain't nobody black can give you no 6-figure job. If they're gonna be robbing the bank. And some of the reason I tell y'all about this, because I have to shatter that world you got of these dreams and visions. You're gonna go out here and you're gonna do something and make something out of yourself. Truth of the matter is, you ain't gonna do no more than the white man let you. See, every now and then, it's a few of us that break through. Just like that roach motel, it ain't gonna get rid of every roach. Anybody sprayed their house for roaches before, had it treated for roaches? Please don't tell no lie. I know a bunch of telling lies here. These folks a kid, pull a roach. What is a roach? I ain't even tell how you know what it is. Wild guess. Nigga, stop it. Nigga, you know what a mosquito, you know what a roach is. Trying to act like they don't know what it is. That nigga done water bug. You see that thing carrying water on its back? I know what a water boy is. That's right. No, what like they doing? Water. You thirsty? You thirsty? I'm a water bug. That's a roach. And you say how you treat a roach. Die. That's what the police look at you. Nigga don't never get a roach or scoop it up, let it outside. Lightning bug, go outside. All this stuff right here. Mosquito, don't swing at it. Roach, chase it down. It ain't even at your house. Nigga running down the street wide open. 50 miles trying to find a roach to kill it. And then they wonder why white folks shoot you down. They got it from you. They train you. Something brown bad. What you do? You see a black cat. Man, we could throw rocks at a black cat. Little hard luck nigga. Black cat got it bad, boy. I had a black cat pull me. I heard whips. I'm like, what? He said, man, rough out here. I'm like, what? He said, nigga, you think they killing me? So I learned, I see the black cat, I ain't gonna lie, they be ugly. But I just don't mess with them, because I don't like cats. I don't like them, I don't trust them, because they don't bark. They don't make no noise. He gonna do something. Internet. The cat, that just pop up and just be right on your leg. I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't like cats. Other until you start getting bigger, hit like cheetah. You know what I'm saying? Leopard, ory, lion. Then we get it. But the little bitty cat, can't stand them bastards. Anybody here like cat? I'm gonna pray for you. They just stop. Why? I'm just kidding. Why, Ray? You ain't got an answer. Ray Johnson. Why you like cats now? See, there ain't no answer. I had a cat growing up. I had a blister growing up. I'ma like blisters? How many of y'all here like cats? Why, Chanel? Why? Intelligent, independent, how to walk them. They're vindictive. More people, how many of y'all don't know about cats? Now everybody know about cats. Look at that. Don't worry about it. Bust a lot of them. Take me to the wall. Whosoever will, let go. Take me to the wall. Listen, all y'all need to be immersed tonight. So all y'all know about cats. That's tight, man. That's tight. I'll see it another night. It's too much knowing. I don't used to be team. Which one of y'all got? Let the spirit lead. Because they know too much. I ain't know these folks know that. Just y'all had a cat, didn't you? You know what they vindictive. Y'all had cats growing up in the country, didn't you? They don't know a cat will bring a snake in their house, do they? That cat will put a snake on your porch. That cat will get you. Them cats, they're very vindictive. You have to watch stuff like animals like that. You have to be real careful how you deal with them. See, white folk like them. A lot of times they like stuff to come back and get you. All right, I'm trying to tell you. See all them killer movies? They always come back to get you after they dead. They're like a cat. How you think they get a cat 9 lives? Nigga be sitting around counting. How many lives you at? Nigga like, I'm like you, nigga. I got 1. He be like, yeah, I had a cat one time. I said, how many like it? He said, 1 life to live. Innocent or innocent. I look at it, I said, I heard that somewhere before. I'm like, where the cat tell me he got 1 life to live? Where you getting it from? I like, but it sounded familiar, but I couldn't put it together. I know I talk on them watch that. Don't worry about that. I don't want to throw in too much. They ain't got to say that. You can leave them down. We're going to get ready to let them go ahead and sound the Kato Sarah. We're going to move on. Trying to hold y'all. Well, I'm saying, hold y'all when they get through. It'll be all right. Let's go ahead and let it roll, gentlemen. All right, do your thing. You can do it till you get back and then you're going to cut it off. All right, all those that are able. Most High Yahuwah Elohim, which is we give all kabod, all which is the glory, all of the kabod, which is the honor unto you through Yahushua HaMashiach, which is your salvation, the anointed one. Hadu, which is thanks for allowing us to come and be able to sagad, which is to worship you. We prostrate ourselves before you, that we might shakar you, which is to worship you, for all the works you've done for us by sparing our kai, which are our lives, by giving us an opportunity to be able to yakra upon your shem, which is call upon your name, through Yahushua HaMashiach, which is your salvation, the anointed one, whom we can never forget, but we zakar him in all your works, which is we remember, we're reminded to think on, to consider our latter end. We've gone astray and done things that were contrary to you, whether knowing or unknowingly. But you've given us an opportunity so many times to come and humble ourselves, to admit our faults and our wrongs, and for ideals that we contemplated on doing that were contrary to your will. Hadu for your dabarim, which are your words, that you allow it to be spoken through the paw, which is through the mouth, of your nabaim, your kohanim, which are your what they would call prophets, your priests, what they would call, your shareth, which are your ministers, as they call it, your shalakim, which they would call your apostles, your murray, which they would call your teachers, we give all kabod unto you again. We come before you to pa'ar your shem, which is to glorify your name, simply because you're worthy. You didn't have to do it, but you did it. You spared us and you made us a joint heir with the Mashiach, the anointed one, through the berith that you shabbat, which is the vow, that the covenant that you vowed to Abraham, Yitzchak, who they call Isaac, Jacob, who they call Jacob, and to the Yahudim, who they would call Judah, and to Yasharal, who they would call Israel, and to their Tuladaf, which are their generations, even unto us. Hadu, thanks. Barak Jerusalem, your Shamaim and your Sabut, which are your heights, expansion where you dwell, and your armies. Those married, single, separated, sick and afflicted, behind prison walls, bereaved, war-stricken country, disease and pestilence, the out-of-towners, those that support your dabarim, your words, those that ask us to palau for them, which was to ask for them, that support your adah, which is your fold, your flock, your congregation. Baraka. Recover those gone astray and those taken from us, especially our benim, our children, and our young adults, and be a keeper to those that here that we lose. Now, Hadu for all you've given us. We can't say Hadu enough, which is thanks. We ask you to grant us the Ruach HaKadosh, that we err not, that we don't turn to the right or to the left, that we don't ever deny you, that we don't falsify before you, but that we seek you with our whole law, which is our hearts, that we think on and meditate on you in our laws, which are on our minds. And as we prepare to move further, we ask you to search us and see if there be any wicked derog, which are any evil ways. Cast it from us and lead us in the Arak everlasting, which is the way of life. As we prepare to move further, we ask you to take full control, that you get the kabod, the glory, the kabod, the honor, and the tahalim, the praises, in the Shema Yahushua, HaMashiach we palau. Let us all say, Amen. He been too. I tell you what, if you ever get to know him, you won't leave him. I'll be honest with you. A lot of folk have come and turned away from him. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. I was satisfied before I had what I had. I've been satisfied with him. I don't know about nobody else. I'm satisfied. That make a big difference. Some people, they'll take it for a while, but they ain't satisfied. There's some other thing they're trying to get or do. For me, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied for what he give me. I learned to appreciate what he give me and give how I do to him. And I keep it moving until he ready to do something else. And I try to keep it in mind that as he give me things, allow me to do things, he the same one come back and restrict me. He the same one that come back and shorten my abilities. So I say I want to be able to give him the kabod and, to par him, which is glorify him, whether I'm in the best of or in the worst of. I want to still be able to shakar him. I want to be able to worship him. I don't want to be one of them people, if I got what I want and I'm happy, you'll get my best performance. If I ain't got what I got from you and I think I should have more than I got, then you can forget it. I ain't gonna be able to do nothing for you until I get what I want. That's a bad mind, and I don't want that mind. I'm telling you, if people that like that, whatever condition you in, whatever state you in, like Shaul said, who they call Paul, he said, I learned how to be full and how to be hungry. He said, I learned how to be exalted and I learned how to be abased. I learned that whatever state I'm in, condition, he said, I learned to be content. That's my goal till I get. If I don't, then he'll come along and something will shake me and move me. All right? Romans 15:4, well, again, we're using the Beth Mashiach. His translation of this, which would be the Abari. This is the middle. This is the modern of our writing. The ancient is not here. Middle, modern. This is transliteration. What is transliteration? Dwayne beat you to it. Tell him sound. Sound. We don't know what he's talking about. Go ahead again, awesome. We know a lot of stuff. Sound, yeah. He don't say sound. You know, in writing, it allows us in the English, since we speak English, transliterated, it's just writing to where you can speak it or enunciate it in its proper tone. So they kill it. All we knew was translation. We really know transliteration. How many of y'all knew what transliteration was? Always knew what it was? One, two, all right, 2 people. It was gonna be more than I was gonna tell you something. I'm finna go and crank that pool up, cause we're not finna have that. It's just stuff. I'm gonna tell you how things work, just on average. People typically hear something and you try to get the definition based on how it's stated. Mm-hmm. That's just it. You just basically try to get the definition of it, or you get it based off of the other words that kind of somewhat surround it. You have an idea. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of gives you an idea. You're not totally blitzed to it, but when you actually learn the word that's being spoken and the meaning of the word, then you understand whether or not it's something that incites or whether it offends. Still incite, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, a lot of words we didn't pay attention to what they say, and then understand when they're speaking, they're actually coding when they're talking to us. See, when they talk about like coding, when you start writing and putting things into like, just basically they use a numeric form. They use a numeric form when they're writing. We just didn't know it. Did y'all know that? See, you getting caught up because you're saying letters. These white people got numbers. They have a numbering system. It ain't 1 through 26 either. Like they told you with they told us with alphabets that we found out later on they're ABCs. Y'all got them. I'm just saying, when you think about it, people that deal with computers, you're dealing with codes. You're punching letter, but the computer don't recognize it. It recognizes those numbers. These are codes they're playing with you on. That's why they do billing. They put them in code. They send you a bill out, but if you deal in billing code, this stuff is all in numerical form. This stuff is training, running through the algorithm that they're running through here, and they run through computers. You don't know it. These white people been working a number system. They have a number value system for every letter. How many of y'all didn't know that? You weren't supposed to. So now they beat you out with, they got a definition for a word. Then they got more than one. So you might assume to know something, but which one am I speaking about when I'm talking to you? So it's so little we really know about these people when we're dealing with them. It's of importance for us to get back to our system because it has a value to it too. Hello? I was determined whether or not you're gonna live or die. Why when you wanna know something if it determines you're gonna live or die? When I need to know that? That if I'm walking, I'm doing something, each step can determine whether I live or die. But we don't realize that. That it actually determines whether or not you live or die. They know what they're doing when they're dealing with their verbiage. All right. Anyway, so we look at the English of what he's saying. And it says 15:4 Romans. Listen.
For whatever nikata before.
For what was written. For whatever was written. Nikata before.
Nikata for our lamed.
Was written. Nikata to teach us.
That we through endurance and the kum of the Kitabim.
And through consolation. So with endurance, part of what keeps you going is the consolation of. Y'all know that?
Right.
You think about just endurance, just having endurance. Why?
Right.
If I told you to just run and you get tired, you'd be surprised. You might hit tired before because you don't have a purpose. And you actually could go further if you had a purpose. Yeah, if I told some of y'all I gave you something, I said just do it, you get tired. And you know what you'll do it a while. Just say, I deem I'm tired now.
Yeah.
I've done enough.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But if you have a purpose of why you're doing something, got it? Mm-hmm. I have a purpose on why I keep coming. I have a purpose on why I keep staying consistent in my living, because I'm looking to the end of.
Right.
If you just tell me, just live right as long as you can. I said, okay, all right, I did it. As long as I can. I tell you, just hold your breath as long as you can. So if I said, hold your breath, and if I told y'all just hold your breath as long as you can. Anybody wouldn't do that? How many of y'all already doing it? That's like one of them moves. Stop it right now, because y'all gonna mess me up. I don't do them drowning moves. Them swimming moves mess you up. Them folks hold their breath too long. They'll go out here, they been out here. Here's them.
No way. Yep, no way. No way. Yeah.
I done gave out. They come back and help him. And they come out and I'm about to die now.
Right.
Well, they messed me up. They're like, how you able to step in like a fish this long? Then they be way down up under somewhere.
Yeah.
And they had light down here. Like, where are you at? Where's this ocean where you down here with all this light with this clean bottom? Nigga got beer can down here, all kind of stuff, crack bag, needle. Where are you at? I just want to see it. But if there's not a rationale for what you're doing, you ain't gonna do it long. That's just being honest. Just like with people, you know, you say, I came for myself for a purpose. I never gave up that purpose. There have been some things I've encountered along the way. You're gonna encounter some things along the way, and you'll question, you'll consider, but I hadn't moved from. I hadn't turned from. Because I'm understanding why I came, and the longer I stay, the more I'm comprehending. There have been some people along the way. I met a lot of people. I met a lot of people along the way. But everybody, you just realize they've done something, but they ain't got a purpose. If I told you to stay and hold your breath as long as you can, you hold it till you feel like, okay, I did it. If I told you, if you're at the bottom of the ocean and you got to get back to the top, you don't hold your breath till you get there. It's gonna hurt. In fact, it's gonna bubble. At the end of the day, you gotta get to the top. So you will continue. You know, if you start breathing now, everything that you worked for, you could have stayed at the bottom. So you have a purpose versus just do it. Why? Like Nike does. If you really think about it, that's stupid. Why are you just doing it? What's the purpose? Take off some shoes, just take off. He said, wow, just do it. Why? So with this, just considering, for whatever was written before, was written to limit us, instruct us, so that through endurance, holding your breath so you can get to the top, and conjunction, and it's a conjunction, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so they go together. Through the constellation of the writings, we might have an expectation. Y'all got it? I'm expecting something. So the writing is working. And so, I mean, it's still saying the same thing. Writing, scripture, all these saying the same thing. So I'm looking at the writing came before was to teach me so that while I'm enduring and while I'm getting consolation to keep me going, to comfort me, and it's of the writings, that's why I have my expectation. Y'all understand that? I mean, we read it all the time, we say it, but when you really grasp the concept of what you're reading at, so when I go back and I read the writings, I'm looking for, I'm expecting something, because I'm one of those people that just happen to be enduring. Y'all got it? And through that, you know what I need? What is it? He said it, constellation. Otherwise, I'm gonna quit. You just keep doing something, nobody notices you. I'm doing a good job, I'm doing a great job, I'm holding on. You ain't get no acknowledgement, you ain't get nothing. It's like, why I'm doing this? Don't make sense. I need something to validate me, to support me. That's that Amanah. Help me, build me up. Mm-hmm. So he said that same writing that giving you the instruction to go through, that's saying go through this, that same writing is also giving you consolation. And those writings are set there to give you that expectation. That's what I'm working for. I'm only working to see his face. Y'all got it? Mm-hmm. You know, and I need that consolation because I know what I got to do to see his face. I got to be transformed. I'm just talking about, not just talking about hearing the word, I'm talking about I have to physically, I got to transform from leaving this body. I got to be changed. Total change. Y'all got it? Mm-hmm. I put on complete change. And it's not impossible. And it's me going to the better me. How I understand as a man. How you understand as a man. How you understand that? Changing you, becoming more complete. I just threw it out there, I want to know. Tree? He said, Tree, what you said? Nakum? The noon. What about the noon? From what? Transform from a seed to what? Say it louder. Transform it. Well, he right when I look at with the seed, because that seed, it had to completely leave that body. It had to completely leave that body. You know, it had to break open. It had to come out of that body. Just like us. That's what a seed has to do. It had to break out of that body. You know, your ruach, your nafas, it's got to leave that body. In order for it to transform, it has to happen. You know, everything, and I got to feel down. So like anybody else, you should. People, I ain't for, most people just stupid. Most people stupid. Because Yahushua had one. Every time they got ready to grab, the man kept leaving. He said, I don't mind dying. I don't mind dying. That man did no stuff like that. We'll say that stuff, we be high. I'm just being honest. You'll get high, the writers will come and make you feel pretty good. And right then you will until death started to take hold of you. You say, whoa, this is just a song now. Yeah. Just a song. We went way too far. That man come here and cut one of them beats off on your heart. You're like, no, not now, later. I don't mind dying in 400 years. In 400 years come, in another 400 years. Yeah. Leave it up, we'll never get down.
That's right.
He left in our hand, we'll never get down. But understand it from just like what they're saying, what he said, the noon. Because we understand that in order for it to transform into the plant, or whatever it's going to be that's going to produce pari, it has to totally vanish and leave that body. What's on the inside, it's got to leave. Don't you know what's on the inside you got to leave? So, I mean, it helps, but again, we're looking at the constellation, the coon of, it doesn't die that it doesn't live again, does it? It dies so it can live and it can become more plentiful. That's our goal. That's how we understand it. See, everybody comes along, and even with this, we talked about them using English words, and because this is what the English people know, and they basically try to script him down to what they understand. Versus looking at America never understand Yahuwah. They couldn't possibly. European, they could never understand him. Not from a position where they stand, because they had to come all the way back, and it's got to be an acknowledgement of the truth. Acknowledgement of the truth is coming all the way back down to the more primitive part of his language, to where everything started. And people don't want to get there. People don't. They want to go from the modern. A lot of people go there and they saying all kind of stuff, and they dressed all kind of way. They're doing all kind of stuff, but they don't want to come back to the primitive. They move away from it. You know, people over there, they don't want to deal with that. They'll deal with the modern script. They don't want to come back and deal with where it started, where everything started at. Because then you got to start back the originating of places. Where can you find these scripted writings? On stones, written where? Not in Europe. If you find them in Europe, they were stolen. They robbed us and they took stuff. And they touched and they gave you fears. You just didn't know they did. They touched and they gave you fears. They come back. Let's look at something right quick. Let's look at one. If I didn't write my Roman, let's see that Jeremiah 10:1. Yarum, Yahu. How about that? Ten and 1. Let's just see what it tells us. How about that? I hadn't read this from this version. I don't think I have. Let's see. Maybe I looked at it. I don't know. Listen.
Shama ye the debar, which Yahuwah speaketh unto you, O bed of Yasharal.
Mm-hmm. So he's talking to the bed. Who is he talking to? Say it again. What's in the house? So you talking to the house, I'm talking to the family. Because Yahushua said, ask for me and mine. Yeah. He was talking about his family. That's what resides. Now, don't just think of his house. Because we talk about house, we're talking physical structure. So we're going to talk about what's supposed to buy in the house. That's right. Isn't that right? And that's what we're looking at. He's trying to give Kai to the house. And how's the house gonna get Cain? From the bin. Because the bin will continue the house. So you know what he told us? Listen how, now he's talking to the house of Yasharal, he's talking to the Mishpachah of Yasharal. He taught the house is gonna cover it because who's in the house? When he talked to those Yahudim that among on him, and he said, if you continue in my debauch, then are ye my Talmudim, and you're gonna know the Amat, and the Amat is going to free you. It's gonna loose you so you can be in the house. The only thing that keep people out of the house is certain things that we hold to. When the Malachim came down to Gomorrah, Sodom and Gomorrah, Luke had a bear, and the Malachim came down. The homosexuals wanted to come in now. Did they make it in? No, sir. What happened? Shut the door. They can't come in. It wasn't for them. It's for the Mishpachah. So it was shut to them. They couldn't come in. See, people can't believe, and they'll try to convince you now. We live in a world today, everybody pushing the homosexual agenda, trying to make you accept it, taking the bow. They put the rain, because the coming of rain is the bow from when they wrote it, from the book, from the book they have. It was never there. It was significant to us simply because it was symbolic. The fact that homosexual took it, and now what you do? I came up Dave, and I gave you a rainbow. I said, hey, Dave, he goes, hey, man, this shirt. You be like, man, get that sissy shirt. Automatically, the average is going to say, man, I ain't wearing that joint. They going to think I'm no faggot. You see how they induced us to run us away from something? Mm-hmm. But when Nuart and them saw it, that was something they looked for. They looked and said, man, Nuart would have said, man, I ain't know y'all were no sissy, man. I was looking for the beret. They took something that was so symbolic to, listen, when I grew up, I never knew nothing about that being attached to no book. I was told there was a pot of gold. I used to always say, man, if you get to the end of that thing, man, I'll be looking at that thing. I said, man, but the Irish, look at how people played us. You either had the Irish play you, then they gave you Lucky Charms, and we don't have luck. Showing, how many of y'all ate Lucky Charms? I ate them. Nobody thought you were eating something that came from the Irish with the Father, Son, Holy Ghost with that clover. He kept saying, and green clovers. They put it in because all this was a religious meal they gave us. We were sitting down in a religious meal from the cell text. I know. We close our eyes so much on these people and don't realize something as simple as cereal, they will play you. Alphabet cereal. Why am I eating Greek food? Alphabet cereal? What are these people? What made you name it alphabet? Because most people, why am I thinking alpha, beta, gamma, delta? I'm not thinking, I'm thinking it's the alphabet. They convinced us and made us think the ABCs were alphabets. So we didn't think about what's the difference. There's a lot of difference because just like ours is symbolic and it correlates to something, so does the Greek. See, while y'all sitting here, the Greek use numerical numbers for this. They have a numerical system for it. Wow, that's crazy. Let me think this math I could take called algebra. Geometry. This is all Greek. All this stuff attached to numbers. You just didn't know. How many of y'all didn't know that? Why would you? Why would they tell you that? When you're playing with the math, amazingly, you move from numbers to letters.
Yep.
Because those letters have a numerical value. And they teach you that. Man, I know that. Man, they mess you up so bad. See, because why would you think? All you've been thinking you were getting smarter. Because you were moving, when you really move in math, you start moving the letters. Because it's coding. That's all they did is code it. Don't worry about it. I don't even know why we even talking about that. Don't worry about it. Let's preach a trip in my dumb self, little dropout self. I did go to college though. Anyway, you can ask that girl. Just tell you. Anyway, listen.
Shama Yi, the bar which Yahuwah speaketh unto
The
you,
word Yahuwah speaks to you. Oh,
Beth of Yasharal.
so it make a difference, though, Lee, when I understand what the Beth is and who's in the Beth.
Yes, sir.
So what about the folks on the outside the Beth? What is just saying? Just say if I'm now and I'm Ricola. Is he talking to me?
No, sir.
Should I be listening? So he's talking, you see Yahuwah, then spake Yahushua to those, who
Yeah,
again?
redeemed.
Who did what?
Amon on him.
Who is he going to be talking about right here? Wild guess. Who is he going to be talking? The word which Yahuwah speaks to you, O Beth of.
That's wrong.
Why would he just be talking to them?
On
Them don't be the people that hold money on him. Who's going to, you ain't going to believe it, who's going to take his word at a certain value.
yeah.
They have a value
Yeah.
system. We have a value system. These people have a numerical system attached to their numbers that you don't know about and I didn't know about. They've been working us for years. And people think they've been getting smarter, you hadn't. They've just been inducing you more over and you still hadn't understood. You've been played the whole time you were here.
Yeah.
That's it. You listen, the more you matriculate into the Greek theatrics, theology, the whole nine, that's when it gets you to become astute. That's when these people recognize you. Because you've been played. You've been played. They put you through and they let you pledge. They let you commune with other people of the same mind that come through the same stuff. You'll get your letters, get your jackets. Whole stuff they playing, they just doing you the whole time. They don't just work you the whole time. They're going to put you with people and teach you to group with this people. Because this people minded just like you. Hello? Wow. What's our life called? Kai? I think they got Kai for theirs too. Yeah, they Kai for life. They work you the same way. People been stealing from you. They 5 beta Kai, they working you. They're trying to tell you philosophy. It's the way of life. Most of these folks won't know what they put on their clothes. You don't know that. Hey, 5 short for it's short for psychology, for philosophy. What y'all think 5 was for? It's philosophy. Is that what Shaul told y'all to make sure people give you? What did he tell y'all? Beware, lest what happen?
Spoil you.
Spoil you. You talking about leave you in the refrigerator, pass your date? He was not talking about spoil. He was talking about plunder you. They taught us spoil. That's what, woo, this milk spoil. Man, they'll make you stink. No, you dummy. They will take everything from you through philosophy. After preacher, you mean, hold on for a minute. My mom went to college. Her mom went to college. I'm trying to think I should drop out of elementary. I should go to college? What would this be? Tradition of who? Elohim? Could it be any rudiments to this?
Yeah.
Elementary principles?
Yeah.
People, y'all don't even realize how these people done played us. In Phi Beta Kappa, these folks told you philosophy is the way of life. That's when people go, they teach you to philosophize. They teach you to talk and say, and other people that have matriculated in the same area, they'll understand your speech. Hello? I'm telling you to learn when you go, but you always got to pay attention because there's a science to it. These people won't teach you a science to it. It's just like, most people, let me tell you the difference when you'll get an athlete. You'll get an athlete that'll play a sport. You'll get an athlete that'll know the sport.
Yeah.
You'll get a boxer, he'll fight him. You'll get a boxer, he'll know the art of it, and he'll know everything about it, how to beat you. You gotta try to just go for a technical knockout. Some already know this is a point game system. I don't waste my time. I beat you out in points. They'll learn technicality to get you on. That's how they'll beat you. It's some people that just do stuff, but they don't really understand it. You got people you look at, they'll tell you this person understands the game. Just like they're right. They don't let you sit there and just commentate because you played. You got to be able to look and show them what at halftime. They'll go back and show. Let me show you that. They'll go back over play. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Zoop, zoop, zoop. You see what I'm saying? I mean, and you can see right here they get what you saying. Because you know what they do? They understand the game.
Yeah.
They can tell you when they lose. When they come back in next half, if they don't do something, they got to start putting, you saying, that's pretty good. I didn't even look at it. Because you know why? You just a fan.
Yeah.
They look at, listen, they're very technical. They learn the game. I tell you the truth, most niggas, they just play. Because we skilled at so much, we can pick up almost anything. If it got a ball in it or something got to be thrown or kicked to hit, I guarantee we can do it.
Yeah.
If it's a run, go with it. If it's a dance, we going to be able to boogie it. We going to do it. But sometimes understanding just how technical things are, we miss it. And we try to figure why we lose or why we are, because we don't understand how it works. So once they learn that level and they teach that they people, these white boys, that's how they get them accolades. Nigga don't know how many awards he got, what he got to somebody white tell him. Ain't that right? Most step on the lines. Niggas say, oh man, I got that. They'll make up something for you.
Yeah.
Right. Man, I didn't know I got the most step on the line.
Yeah.
Put you in a book somewhere. That's that create stuff, man. It's white folk stuff.
Yeah.
most almost been filed. You don't heard of me? I was on most almost been filed. They ain't never hit you. Almost. They like, man, you know you got the most of them?
Yeah,
Most almost filed. They got each other in the big old plaque this big. I just want to thank everybody that made it possible today, who believed in me, who believed that I could almost be filed. Started crying. I was with my mom with him. Mama, and then play Tupac. Mom said, out here, I kicked that out your hand, nigga. That's ridiculous. Like a done fool to be crying. Okay, you something else made up. So again, we just try to understand, basically, on this, how important it is to recognize, first of all, they'll teach you when you're writing, first of all, who's speaking and who are they speaking it to. Here, this don't involve you if you're not of the family of Yasharal.
That's right.
Okay? So you need Yasharal to hear. Let's see what Yasharal need to hear, verse 2. Come on, let's see.
Thus said Yahuwah, learn not the Dirach of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the arts of
He
Shamayim.
told us don't be terrified by it. Although,
The Goyim are dismayed at them.
that's what he told them. See what he told you? He told you don't be terrified by them. See, all the stuff that we use, that he gave us, they came back and tried to teach us differently about it. All these things that he gave us concerning Shamayim, we read before in Barashit in chapter 1, 2. But chapter 1, where he told you when Elohim, but where he told you Barashit bara, in the beginning created Elohim, Hashamayim, talking about the ots, a sign. He put a sign in the Shamayim, and he put one here on the rots, ots. So if he put a sign in the Shamayim, what was that gonna make us do? Look to the Shamayims, so we can see the eyes. But now, the people that captured us, the people that took us and put us in captivity, they came back and they taught you something differently. They started telling you certain things not to watch and don't look for. Yet when he spoke to our fathers, when he spoke to them, he spoke to them with thunder and with lightning. We close our eyes and hide our head under the pillow. We run from a lot of stuff. We rarely ever look up. We rarely ever look up out, especially city life. We talked about that before. We miss a lot of things, and they taught us things negative about it. You know, they used to teach us when I was little, I don't know about y'all. We said, ooh, they said, don't do that. They said, you'll get a star in your eye. How many of y'all remember hearing that stuff growing up? Hold on for a minute. Take me to the water. Nobody heard that before? You remember that? They used to tell you that. They used to tell us that if you pointed at a star, they'll put a star in your eye. So you wouldn't point out. I wouldn't point out because I had one of your eyes, you to get that little knot on your eye. How many that they said? You point at a star. Where y'all think we got that from? And guess what happened? So now we were terrified to point out. Isn't that right? Now think about when, let me see something. In the second chapter, we'll come back here. See that in Matthew chapter 2. Hold on for a start. Chapter 2. Chapter 2, verse 1. Matthew. Let's see something. Listen to the book.
Now, when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Yehuda, in the Yamim of Herod the Malach,
Which makes sense. Think about where he was born. He was born in Bethlehem. That's where he was born at. He was born in a house of bread. Then the man told us to eat, this is my body. Ain't that amazing when you go back and really think about it? They never told us that Bethlehem was a house of bread. He was born in a house of bread. Then the man sat down and took bread and broke it and gave it to him. Never told us that the bread was symbolic to the Ari, which is the lion. That he took and broke it and had nothing in his hand, just like Shamshun. Because he was raised in Nazareth. He should be called a Nazareth. That he would take an Ari and break it and tear it and have nothing in his hand. And yet we sat here and nobody ever told us that. They told us like it's some little cute little story they made up. Some little white man's lie. But let's see what happened when he was born in the house of bread. But the amazing thing, he told him to eat, this is my body. He was born in a house of bread. All right, listen.
in Bethlehem of Yehuda, in the Yamim of Herod the Malach, behold, there came wise Anashim from the east to Jerusalem.
Hold on. They call him Maggie. Magashim. They did just the Maggie short here. That's who they call it, Magashim. Mikashim. I'm sorry, because the Sheba. They're saying that the E. I can't hear y'all back there. Magic is what they call him. And here they trying to say it's an E. Silent. Migushim. Migushim is what they use here. Migushim. This one is not. Oh no, I know that. I believe that. Make sure they can hear you in the mic, Boston. We can hear people at home. They don't know what I'm looking at when I'm talking, who I'm talking to. Magic. Magashim. So it's not our word at all. Oh, this right. Oh, I didn't think this was our magic. This either. So can we see what they're trying to run? It won't even come up. It won't come up in the strong. It probably will, but.
It's more of a Greek word.
Greek.
Greek word.
He couldn't find the word for this. So Greek are responsible for the word magic.
Right.
Hocus pocus. Astrologers. What they trying to say to them because they will look at it, all tie that in with magic. Anytime you can read the constellations, because a lot of people can't. You can read the constellations. So for them it would be magic, which makes sense because again, it's their word. They don't have a word for our word. So they look at you doing, that's magic. That's all. When people go in and do magic, what's exciting about magic if everybody in the audience can do it? Right. It's the fact that you're doing something and it's intriguing to other people because other people can't do it. I pull like, there's flowers. Pull a rabbit. You're like, wow, he take his hat off and pull a rabbit. You're like, wow, this magic. I can't do it. How do they do that? So now you look at somebody sitting around reading constellation that they took from us and turn around. Now we go to planetarium and these bastards tell us what they supposed to mean. And they never tell what they mean. They start pointing out that they create the animals up here. Taurus and these hunters, they start telling, pay these people no attention. No Taurus, no bull. The bull is the lie they telling you. And they don't put something, they'll be the olive. But they come along now, this is stuff we done read, we done used, but they changed it, everything they took, they changed over to something for them. Man, everything we saw, this was something we used though. Let's see what happened. They're gonna use magic. They're gonna say from the Beth of the East, which was Kadim? No, Kadim is the east wind. What they put for? Okay. Zerak for the east. different word, but he writing in the New Testament, they call it. Kadim is east wind. Okay. Arrived in Jerusalem. Let's see what happened. That's and his name is Hardus. What do they call him? They call him Herodes. What do they call him? They call him Herod. What do y'all know about him? He's an emperor. Eric just tried to tell y'all he was mixed. Did y'all know that? He was mixed because he was half, he was probably from Adam. Anybody know what the word Adam is?
Edom.
That's right.
Yep.
That was the region he came from. He came into play about 30 BCE, before Common Era. That's how they came into power. That's when the Romans came in and they conquered. And he was a little before that, but he came in they believe he came in about 30 BCE. That's when Herod came into play. And he was made king, not emperor, not Malak. He was made a king by them. They don't have our same terminology. And it was because of the Senate. He was elected by the Senate to be their king. So he was believed to be half Yehudi. That was their belief. Other party came in, other people that helped him to be in power and helped them take us over were some Arabians. I'm not trying to think what they call it, people. No. Let me see. Nabatein was the name of the people. These people are the people that came in and they conquered. They conquered and they went into our areas, took our region over. Nabatean. They came into power as well with taking over land too. They have facilitated the takeover and break over of us. These folk conquered us and they took our area where we traveled. They're on the other side of Jordan, that they call Jordan. The pathway that actually were over there, y'all heard of the terminology before, was called the King's Highway. That was the reason why it was called the King's Highway, because people traveled that region before these people came here. Years before they ever showed, they faced him. And that's how they traveled and took goods to Jerusalem. And they took goods. It was called the Malak's Highway. You heard that before, walking up the king. See, niggas saying something, I don't know what they're saying. You don't know what you're talking about, because it was called the Malak's Highway, because that's how they carry their goods. They just give us up. Don't worry about that. Don't worry, let's stay where we're at. We just jumped off subject just then. Y'all don't want no stuff like that. So that's why you'll notice in, Oriah 23rd chapter, I don't know, probably about the 23, 35 maybe. That's why when Pilate found out he was from Galilee, because that's where Herod was. That's why he wanted to see Yahushua. That's why he turned him over to him. He wanted to see him because he had already heard about him. And he wanted to see the works he had did. Because he also was knowledgeable about our way. Yeah, it was mixed. That stuff these crackers ain't gonna tell you, and it ain't in your book. Don't worry about that though. That's what you pay me for. Come on, we'll move on. Verse 2. Saying, where is he
That
who
is
has
born Malak of the Yahudim.
for
We have seen his kukab in the east, and are come to shakah him.
Come back down again, verse 1. Now, after Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Yehuda in the Yamin of Hardos, guess what his name, Hardus, the king, behold, they're going to call him magic from the land of the east, arrived in Jerusalem. And what did happen? Saying, where is he was born Malak of the Yahudim, for we saw his
Ukab,
in the east, Mizrach, and have come to Shakatu, Hashakatu. I'm gonna like Hashakasha. No, go ahead to worship him. Come on. 3. Did I miss something right here? Did we miss? Oh no, come on. And
when Ardas the Malak, but the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him.
mm-hmm.
And when he had gathered all the Rosh Kohanim and scribes of the Am together, he demanded of them where Mashiach should be born. And they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Yehuda, for thus it is Katab by the Nabi.
They said by the hand of the Nabi. Go ahead. That they called the prophet.
And thou, Bethlehem in the Beth of Yehuda, art not the least among the Sarim of Yehuda, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall.
Hold on for a minute. He was ruling. Moshel. A Moshel. Yeah. Moshel would be a ruler. But that's how they write it. Moshel. They say like Moshe. That's what they knew him as being a ruler over. If you remember, they asked him concerning that, didn't it? They asked him who made him Moshel over them. When he tried to stop them after they were fighting one another. Let's hold it, got this scripture. See that the 7th chapter of the book of Acts of the Apostle? See that 7 and about 2.
Michelle.
Well,
Yeah.
Marshall.
I mean,
Yeah, you know how they put it up there though. Acts of the Apostles, 7, see if it's 21. Make it 19. Make it 16, let me see that one. I'm probably come down some anyway. Acts of the Apostles, 7:16. For the record, the Romans ruled Jerusalem for about 140 years. That's how long they kept their stay. How much stuff you think they were gonna change by then? Man, they robbed and raped us. All these folk love these people. They love Anthony and Cleopatra and all them people. Let's see. Jump down, 19, let me see 19. Okay. 17, 19. Listen, 7 and 19, Acts of the Apostles. Well, Acts of the Shalakim, they call apostles. Listen.
the same dealt subtly with our kindred, and Rasha entreated our awe, so that they cast out their young Benim, to the end they might not Kai.
Hold on for a minute. He plotted against our kindreds, and which was that Mishpachah, and mistreated our Abathim for that new ooh for us. How you pronounce that? Abathim? Bashet. Abathim for fathers, plural, making them to cast out their young males. That makes sense to y'all? How many that don't make sense, cast out their young males? That's what Mushaf aimed in his Abba did. When he was 3 months, they put him out of the house. They made him throw him out of the house. You know what happened now, believe it or not? They make us throw our kids out too. And they do, they make us throw ours out. They plotted, it was a plot. They told you that in the 2nd chapter of the book of U'ala Shemut. When y'all hear this, y'all gotta start looking. You're thinking this is something they did then, this is something they're doing now. They forced our hand to throw them out. What we do our kids? He said, man, you just threw them out on the street. What you think they were gonna do? They were gonna kill them. So they forced their hands through plotting that they had to get rid of them. I can't keep you here. I gotta get you out and put you in the street. That's how Musa got it in the Nahar. I mean, in the Nahar, in the river, in the streams. Because they cast out their young males. This only makes sense if you knowledge about our Torah, that they cast Musa out to the surface of the fields, so that they should not. That's what they did. So all our kids didn't die by the hands of Pharaoh now. We still accounted to them. We did it. They make us kill our babies. They make us kill her. They make us get rid of you. Son, you getting older now, I gotta throw you out and put you out. They plotted to do that. They know you put a man out, a man needs skill. If you're gonna put him out, he need a skill. Why would you put somebody that has no skill? That's part of the plot. See, if you don't read with no understanding, our biggest problem is we keep thinking this is some junk they did back then. It never stopped. The cycle is still going. You're a man, I'm gonna throw you out. What did you teach about being a man? Survive. Don't you know in tribal people, when they came a man, he has to go out and hunt for himself. They'll give him weapons and take him out, then you give him the same weapons and you send him out and he has to bring back. Now he's showing a sign of survival. You train him the custom and the way of your people. Then you tell him he's a man. Now you can do such and such. With us, we just raised you up, seen the school, and we said you done got hair on your lip, you got something around your balls, so now you're grown. You ain't grown. You just musty. Now you're grown musty, but you ain't grown because you don't know how to survive. See, they really did. We always say, boy, you should have been paying attention. And they're going to take them out. They're going to make them. There's certain things. They got people, they're going to train them while they're young. That's going to educate them on certain things. They'll learn about plants. They'll learn certain stuff for wounds. Make sure they can swim. Make sure they can fish. Teach them how to hunt. Then you send them out by themselves with the same weapon. This is what we use. I fed you, our house. Now I showed you. Now you go take these same weapons and use them and feed you and make yourself a family. We don't do that now. We think we train them and we let them play with a truck, give them some toys. That's not training them. That's not training. The type of people we are and where we at, we got to teach our kids life skills.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, I survive more with life skills than you do with education. You pull your education, I'm gonna show you my life skills. You tell me which one make more money.
Right.
And make more sense. Because I'm reading this, and I think this don't happen now. They threw their men in the street because of a plot. So listen, so that they should not live. Those people thought when they put them out there, they were helping them. They were going to survive. But there was a decree to kill them when they caught them in the street. Why y'all think the police shooting our boys when they catch them in the street? The decree was to kill them. What family going to let you stay here and just kill their kid? I need you to force them out. Get them out of there. So when I get them out here, I can kill them. So you just played into my plot. I ain't got time to go into every house. But if I catch them on the street, I'll kill them. You can tell it to them, they don't want to hear it. Man, let me tell you something. I hug y'all. I do. Y'all lazy. Not every one of you. Y'all lazy. Because you don't want to wake up and you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to recognize the importance of why you got to push. The reason why you cannot stop and why you cannot give in to these people in their system. There's a plot to kill your babies. You see baby, you see sweetie, you see honey, you see cutie. White man see killer, marry a white woman. That's all I see your son doing. He want to hurt me and my family, and son one of his nigga drive-by, looking at boogie-oogie music. That's all he's seeing. Wound up marrying my white daughter and getting her, and here she is with fried chicken on the table, pig feet, all this stuff. It's a threat to them. Everybody wants to preserve their race. So I gotta look at, I don't want my grandkids running around with no chicken in their mouth, pamper unfastened on one side, no shoes on, no t-shirt in the grocery store. Now his kid will do that quicker than anybody. I don't see them folks, no clothes on, just their pamper on, outside. Ours do it too. It ain't just reduced to no color. That's just to the way you operate. But he'll associate it to us. So the plot is to kill us so we don't outnumber. I just told y'all know how many enemies he got? Mizraim has so many enemies. Mizraim right now is fighting with Ethiopia. They're fighting. Most of these people don't know. How many of y'all don't know they're fighting with Ethiopia right now? Yes, sir, they are. About water rights on the Nile. Ethiopia has built the bridge, a dam, which is going to cut off water from them. And they're pissed. Ethiopia not doing too good right now. They got problems. Mizraim is loved by these people. Mizraim got some of your oldest writing. They were some of the biggest slave owners and slave traders and rulers. And you think it's just you just a dumb nigga. They had more than just us down. That's how America learned how to have the Asian people here, us, what they gonna call Asian, Chinese people, us, the Mexican. When we came out, don't y'all know we was a mixed multitude? Not because we had mixed in with everybody, because other people had aligned themselves with us. I'm poor, I'm hurting too. Your Elohim brought you out. Listen, if it's any, do y'all know how many black people they find out, white people find out there's a college fund for minorities, there are other funding for non-minorities, they go and they use it, and so I'm one. What y'all think them people gonna do? They came and see everybody dying but y'all. Shoot, I'm a nigga too. I'm one of y'all too. Listen, Elohim come here, Buddha come here and save everybody. Let me tell you something, I'm gonna just be round. I'm going with Buddha. I said, I've been like that. They be like, I said, man, it been deep down in my heart. You coming to get me out of here? You want to join, but we're going to get you out of here. That's what they did. If it that little man, that little stinking Indian boy, and he work out, he come in, I've been like that. I've been yoga. Every time I go, that's all there. They just call me little yogi when I was growing up. You convert that quick. Those people saw what happened at them folks seen it. Even Musha converted. He looked down, he said, them people ain't gonna be like that for long. Musha, he looked on us. The man was saying, he looked, he said, ain't no way them people gonna stand there forever. He looked at it, ain't no way them people gonna stand there forever. It gonna change for these people. You know what I'm saying? It better I gonna get out of here now. Okay. I know y'all don't know it, but that's how I gotta train you anyway. Come on, let's see what happened. Verse 20. At this time, Musha was
Born.
when they were throwing the males out. We don't throw our men out now. That's amazing. Because of the plot.
Yeah.
And he was
Exceeding fair and nourished up in his bed 3 yard.
Look how that. We don't give him no time. How much skill he had at 3 months? He could hunt, kill, and fish at 3 months. How much skill our kids got when we throw our men out? And I'll admit, our boys are terrible. And they're terrible because we haven't been taught how to train them. See, if we were in our natural habitat, that's the thing you train them to do. People did. How you grow up in the country and you ain't never know how to plant or know how to harvest?
All right.
You couldn't have grown up in the country. Not back when that was popular you had to do. You were gonna know about it. You knew how to identify stuff. You knew what stuff was good and not to. You knew what something was rotten for you. You just get, you said, I already know. It ain't no good. I can tell you before you even cut it, it ain't no good. It was things you had to know, because they trained you had to know. You pick it, they can show you why you don't pick that, why they leave it. All these things you knew, because they knew eventually you will mature and you will become an adult and you will have a family and you were gonna need to know the importance of these things. Now, we just shoot them out here. Everything we do, we leave it to the school. Boy, gal, you've been here 18 years. You should know. You don't know nothing.
All right.
If all you got is information from school, I assure you dumb. You don't know nothing where you need to be by yourself. It's too much, it's too many life things you need to know, skill set, things you learn to avoid, you stay around, you stay away from, you get, even with predators. Listen, as big and bad as Ari is, Ari know it's certain stuff they don't do. All of them know, avoid, at all costs, avoid. Elephants are off unless we can't get nothing else to eat. That's a sudden death. Giraffes, Sudden death, avoid them altogether. But when you got to eat, you got to do it this way. No, you got everything on the line. We don't train our kids, they run out here. That's why the police gun them down, because we ain't train them. Avoid. Okay, don't worry about it. But he was reared up in his house of his, they counted to the father. Only thing when you read, though, you read about the mother. Let's go ahead and read. You know, you just read about the mother, but he actually grew up in the house of his father. All right, let's see. But after,
He was cast out.
let's say he was exposed. So let me ask you a question. You'll say cast out. Why he put exposed up here? Because now you're in plain sight for everybody to see. At that point, you know what predators teach their young about exposure. Like gazelle, they'll teach their young to lay in the grass. Because they learn from experience when they come down to cheetahs. Most of their biggest fights are with cheetahs. Cheetahs can catch you, certain things they miss. If you can lay down and blend into your surroundings, a cheetah walk right by you. They'll train them, they'll teach them, try to stay out from being exposed. Because when you're exposed, then you open to all these predators. They teach them to try to get to where you can always blend into your surroundings. So in the house of his father, he was protected. But after the plot was set to get the men out of the house, put a baby on the street. That's what we've been putting kids on the street. We're talking about sex trafficking. It's a plot. Let me get it. Show me a sex trafficking ring that comes and knock into people's houses and get their kids. They get them when we ignore them and we leave them on the street. We put them out there unskilled. They don't know who to avoid. They don't know. We was talking with a young lady yesterday. I was talking to her. She was just talking. Real nice little young girl. Just didn't really catch all the stuff real fast. Tell me how she want to come to Atlanta. She want to come. She want a model. I said, model. I said, you gonna do plus size?
That's right.
I did that. I asked her.
That's
She
right.
said, no. She said, no, I work out. She said, but I work out. She said, I got a little waist, but I got, big thighs. I said, you gonna be on a pole. I said, sweetie, I said, you need to be careful. I said, these folks will mess you up out here. She was talking, and she was real innocent, real sweet talk. I kept telling her, you can't be talking to people, telling them all that stuff. It's too many folks, you be gone tonight. Mm-hmm. She ain't real. I kept telling her. I said, you need to be real careful with people. What you tell people, because people will make a lot of promises. I said, sweet, you be in one of them magazines somewhere. You be on that pole, be flipped around and that thing, she think, you modeling now. Mm-hmm. Doing nothing but butt cheeks and titties.
That's right.
And Bojana.
That's right.
Page 1.
That's right.
Be like, you try to help them out, because people want to make it so bad, they'll sell out, they don't realize, and they'll trust people and think people can help them. These people not gonna help you. And you know where it's supposed, so the training should have came from the house. Keep your conversations limited.
Right.
You gotta be careful when you're dealing with men, because people will play you and feel like they can help you. I could either come and say, I just had to be a talent scout.
Yup. Mm-hmm. Yup.
And I actually help. I got some young lady now I got modeling. And they say, oh yeah, I'm gonna quit there, walk out, that thing be somewhere in some magazine on the back of somebody's milk carton.
Yeah.
Actually, it gonna be on the jug, because she gonna be plus size.
Yeah.
So they don't get it. She said she got big thigh. And big thigh won't make no milk carton. You gotta do jug. And I'm just being honest. Plus size, jug. Milk carton, kids. Size 7 and down. You know what I'm saying? 0. That helping out. But I be, you know what I'm saying? Folks be like, I be straight up if I try to help people. I see, man, folks will hurt you out here. People don't mean you no good. People just take everything from you. People don't see your innocence. Say, don't try to do that person innocent. You want to run game, go out there with other folk that do game.
Right.
Some folks that can shoot back and kill you when you're doing it. Take advantage of these innocent people.
Right.
But here they are. But after he was exposed, what happened?
Pharaoh's Bot took him up and nourished him for her own being.
See that? It was for herself. And only it happened because Yahuwah had favor on him. Yahuwah said he was a well-pleasing babe. Mm-hmm. He looked at the yard and said he was well-pleasing. So he put it on her law that she took him up and reared him and she raised him up. That's what, when you rear something, that's what she raised him up. And raised him up as her being, for herself. Let's see what happened. All right, listen.
And Mushar was learned in all the wisdom of the Mizraim,
Uh-huh.
and was mighty in Dabarim and in deeds.
And it works. Let's see. Listen.
And when he was full 40 years old, it came into his law to visit his Akim, the Benim of Yasharal.
And that's something they need to pay attention to too. Because Yahushua came in 40th generation. 42 Tuladar. That's when he came. Because when that law to come and visit us. We look at it, came full. In the book, see that? Listen. But when he was 40 years old. Galatians, right quick, 4:1. Let's see how we understand it. And what will you use for 4? The yaret and a woman's belly. Isn't that right? You know what a man tell you sometimes he ain't 8? Man, I'm full. How full are you?
Fat fool.
I can bust. Fat fool? I never heard that before in my life. I'm so full, I'm fat fool.
Yes, sir.
Now, Cass, you ever heard that? CJ, your whole day, did you ever say that? I ain't never heard it. Yeah, a couple weeks ago. I mean, no. But I'm just saying, fat fool. Has anybody ever heard this before? This gotta be an Alabama thing. That ain't Alabama. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Alabama said it ain't the good part of Alabama. No, but people say I'm so full I can bust. Isn't that right? I come to, guess what? When a woman gets full, when it comes to baby, guess what? She burst. They tell the water broke. She bursts. It comes out. Got it? So it's important to pay that. The yari and a woman's belly. Now I say to the
Heir, as long as he is a yalit,
every time that he is a child,
differeth nothing from an abad,
he has nothing between him and an abad, a servant.
though he be a don of all.
But although according to that, he is the master of all. That's for the done, the master of all. All right, let's see what happens. But
Is under tutors and governors until the time appointed of
he's
the Abba.
really but he is under the hand of guardians and under the house and under the house officials until the time is appointed by his Abba for him, probably Abi for his, Abi his. All right, ooh, that makes sense, to y'all.
Sir.
But he's under the hand. Y'all remember the movie before, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle? Yes, sir. Anybody know why they named The Hand That Rocks the Cradle? The babysitter. No, because the hand that rocked the cradle is the one that controls the baby. That's who the baby recognizes. That's why she went in, she would breastfeed the baby behind the mother's back. And when the mother would try to breastfeed, the baby would reject it. Because she was the one keeping the child. The hand that rocks the cradle. That's who the child's gonna lean to. I know, they just watch more, they don't pay attention to the title. Why they tell you about the hand that rocked, and they just told you he was under the hand of guardians. These people controlled him. So the movie, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, was trying to tell you that the woman controlled the baby. Okay. Of guardians and under the house officials. Who's in charge in the house? The Abba, the Aim, okay? So he was under the house official until the time is appointed by his Abba for him, okay? See, Pharaoh changed that. See, the Abba determines when the child gets to come into completion or gets to come into his own. Pharaoh now made a plot to make us expel them early. See, okay, pay attention. It started off telling you about the heir. What is an heir?
Inheritor.
Y'all niggas been talking about so long what y'all gonna get and what y'all got coming. So if you ain't around here to get it when they come, who gets it? Who? Who gets it? The leftovers? Whosoever there. No. If I'm not here, then that means it falls to my being, my benin, my children. So what if I kill your children? So you can lose it. I take it from the house. They have a plot. This is what hurt us. We figure they killing kids just because they hate them. White people have a plot. It's bigger than what you're thinking. Who's the possessor of your stuff? Who you leave your stuff to? So if I kill your kids, who gets it? It's a plot. Your insurance that you've been paying, your house that you paid off, your cars you got, your stocks, your bonds, your 401k. If your kids are dead and you die, who gets your stuff? That's a plot. That's the plot. So you just thinking the white folk hate you, white folks shoot you. It's business. It's business. Get to pay for a funeral. They make money from that too. You gotta get a plot to bury you. It's a lot of money ain't paid. Food gotta be bought. That money for the food industry. White people look at it's money. There's money in this stuff. You just don't look at it. You know what a bleeding heart parent will pay for a coffin for their baby? You can't put no price on no baby. How you gonna replace that child? Come on, pay for that casket. Family, everybody gonna be here. You don't wanna look cheap, stupid. Get that $20,000 casket. Them folks say, oh, you sure laid them out. Look like they was asleep. White man said, sure did, didn't they? And them niggas paid for it too. That's a business, it's a plot. Man, funeral homes, they play on your emotion. Whole thing is playing on your emotion. From the whole conversation to talking, understanding your grieving and your pain and checking on you. Ask them for how many funeral home called after it's over with. We just like to let you know if there's anything we could do in the future. That's trying to get them niggas who about to die at the funeral. They come and say, how you doing, brother? I'm funeral director, so I heard you coughing earlier. Do you have any plans? You be thinking. I mean, when you call, you say, funeral director, way in the back of the room. Somebody's sick. They ain't never vultures. They ain't spot you finna die before you know it. Spread them cane walker, let me help you, mother. Bam, kick that cane, and then catch her by the back of that dress and take her out them steps. My Lord. Untimely deaths happen. Untimely, nigga, you the one throwed it down. These folks don't care about you. That's a business. All right, come on, say that until the time appointed by his. You hear that? That's the difference. His. For who?
You.
All right, let's see what happens.
Even so we, when we were Benim, were in bondage under the elements of the Alam.
See that? So also we, while we were small, were enslaved to the elements of the world. The Alam. That's what we do. Because you lack you lack the intelligence of recognizing things and plots and traps that work against you. You small, y'all never catch this. That's what he realized, and that's what they try to do. Get you at a young enough age before you can catch them. A lot of prey get caught because they don't recognize every predator. First thing you gotta do, listen, if you watch in the animal kingdom, when any of the predators have their young, they trying to get them moving. They know it's gonna be hard to stay around here because you give off a scent. It's predator track scent. They pick up new bird, they pick up cry. So I gotta move you somewhere to safety. They look at how much stress, and it's constantly trying to get you to pay attention. When to stay, when to move. Cause I gotta go hunt and I always want to stay here. I just got to go travel. Predator like, hey, what's up, nigga? Come over here, man. I know your mama now. You know her. Come over here. That thing, no neck broke, dead. Moms come back, look at she done lost one. She said, I just gotta save the rest of them. That's just how the kingdom works. So we sat here and we looking at how important it is to teach your kids against people, about the system, because the system is set and designated to take your kids away from you. It's survival for them. That's how white folks survive. People don't know why these folks don't believe these people drink blood. Yep. I don't know why these folks don't believe these folks don't. The man done told you where life at. Y'all know how many of these white folks actually drink blood? You know what happened? They ain't showed on the news in a long time. You ain't seen on a TV story. Y'all do know white people drink blood. There are white groups and even niggas that eat people and drink blood. Let me see, your book done told him that. Except you, I'm trying to think what they supposed to do with my body. Wash my body, eat my, and we wonder about where Jeffrey Dahmer come up with this crazy, stupid stuff from. Talking about Bible reading Jeffrey Dahmer. Except you eat my flesh and drink my dumb blood. You don't have no life in you. White people want to live. Let me see, they'll buy your plasma from you.
That's right.
These white folks, they living from your blood. They need you. Your organ's some of the best organ they can get. They need you now. Don't let anybody fool you now. You valuable. You high commodity. Get you drunk, get you high so they can kill you and get them organs. Man, the police work for the medical field. Okay? They're going to let your mom know come in there and your uncle and your cousin determine death. They don't let them do who going to do the autopsy? That's going to be the coroner for the state or the county. They going to determine to sign that paperwork. They ain't let you come in there and open no bottle up and check nothing. If you got some money to connect, you can force some people to come in and do a private autopsy, and you're going to pay for it, and you're going to be connected, you're going to have money, and you can get the real truth. Other than that, nigga, you don't get what they tell you. State got to sign that death certificate. Nobody get no money until they sign it, until they get what they need. When you ever seen your family get a sack of organs? What they do with all them organs? Shouldn't be hard to smell, it should be somewhere stinking. But people ain't stupid. Them organs valuable, they know what they can do with them organs. I'm just keeping it real with y'all, whether y'all want to know it or not. It's a plot. Your inexistence or exterminating you gives more existence to them. You niggas have too many kids, look at that. Almost at 57. Boxed it, 42. Jones, 37. Too many kids. These white folks, y'all gonna not know, man. It ain't hard to see. White people do 1.5 kids, 2 kids. They'll tell you, they be like, you'll say, oh, you ain't got no kid. That's not, we're waiting, we'll have in 5 years. You say, how you come over 5 years? You'll hear them now, you think, ain't no white folk wearing all that stuff and they put something in the vagina. When they go in there and blow it back out, I said, I don't know what these white folk were doing, how they know the time when they gonna have. White folk playing, nigga, it just happened. What happened? It happened. What happened? It happened. Hey man, all them happening, y'all need to break it up. Ain't nothing should be happening that much. Isn't that right? That was sugar, nigga, you had diabetes. All right, come on, number 4. But
when the fullness of time was come, Elohim sent forth his being, made of an Ashah, made under the Torah.
So let me say that. So this just told you about Mushah. So, but when the fullness of the Yamin came, that's what we found out about Mushah. We were full 40. The Elohim sent forth his being to be born of a and was put under the hand of the, just like you were put under the hand of parents, the people that ruled over you. That's why Yahushua came, he tried to tell us that he was a servant. Because he was put under the hand of the Torah. And the only way for us to understand just how he was disciplined and how he was reared, he had to relate it back to how we sat. How many of y'all parents tell you, boy, I don't give a blank what nobody do. As long as you're in my house, you're going to do what I tell you. So you're under the hand of them. Under the thought. If me and your mama tell you to do something, that's what you do. So you understand his rearing. That's what hand and that's the authority that rocked it. That's the hand that rocked the cradle. Yeah. That's what controlled him, the Torah. So now you ask yourself, what's your problem? You don't have no authority that rules over you. You won't accept authority over you. But he brought you back to something that's significant enough. When a child is reared in a home, the parents make the plan for the child. The parents are the determiner or the determinator or makes the determination for the child's future. Now we come along, child 2 years old, child planning their whole life out. Can't happen. Yahushua had something he wanted to do too. He said, nevertheless, not my will. Why would he say that? Because he was under the authority of the Torah until the time appointed. Yes, one day you will be. Yes, someday you will have. But today, you're going to do what I tell you to do. I'm going to take my hand and slap you down. Parents, people know, how many kids they know, their hands start moving, you start getting ready for a hit. You know you're about to get hit. You knew that hand. They want you to know the authority of that hand. You knew. You saw that hand move, you say, oh, yeah. Get ready to go to sleep. Here I go. Parent on radio and already passed out. Because you know it's coming. So you understood the authority of the hand. So that's what we're trying to look at here. And we're trying to get you to understand his rearing. And he correlated to with us being on the authority of a house, having rule, having somebody over us, and having an appointment. Until, so Musha is how we understand the fullness of. He was full 40. Yahushua came, 42 generations. It was full 40. That's when he came. And then we learned it was in his law to visit his who?
Our King.
And he happened to come and be born in Bethlehem. Huh? In the place that Daoud said. That was the city of Daoud. Zaum. All these things correlated back to us. And that made sense when we talk about eating his flesh and drinking his, because we understood through our rearing that life, Kai, was in the dome. He told us not to eat it, but we never contemplated in our mind that we could drink it. We had to be taught that and still be within the confines and under the hand of the Torah. Y'all understand that? Now you gotta look at that. Just say it's something you want to do. Just say you want to smoke crack. That's against our Torah. You laugh mighty hard. You want to smoke crack? I don't know if I want to ask, but no. So you think about now, but the Torah instructs us against it. What do? Smoke crack? What do? You say leave it alone. Why? Because you're under the hand of the authority of. So now when you look at, he talked about being in the house. When we were started out in the 10th chapter book of Yaron Yahu, his conversation was to the who? The house, to the family of Yasharal, who would understand they were under what authority? Under the Torah, until the time appointed of the Abba. So they started to understand their captivity. How long am I supposed to be here? Until the fullness of time. It took Yaram Yahu's book, his writings, even correlated into some of his writings were even told in what they would call chronicles, which is Dabari Hayamim, the matter of the days, even records back that we were supposed to stay there for 70 Shana, 70 years. They all told us in the 9th chapter of his writing, he said he understood it by Yaram Yahu's writing that was the fullness of time. Now, Sarah knew they were going to be there for 400 years. We already been told we were going to be there for 42 Ladal. So what did he do for us? He cut it short. How did he tell us he's going to cut it short? It's a deep. It had to still be right. That's right. But he also came back and told you he was going to cut the days on man. He cut time on man. That's how it made sense. That's how you determine the Tuladal. On his time living existence. So he looked at how the thing unfolded when I cut man time short. So I can still make it be right. You can't wait for every time. If you keep doing 400, 400, 400, y'all niggas done. So I had to cut it short. And it still got to be right. And still come up to be contemplated right. Y'all look, some of these jokers lived a long time.
Yeah.
Abraham, they start busting out kids that's 70, 80 years old. Man, white folk don't wait that long. Not before they kill us. They're like, y'all got to get these babies out quicker. Y'all got to start moving quick. You ain't going to make it like that. Starting kids 70, 99 years old, 100 years old for your second kid. Man, y'all shouldn't even be having to say that. Too many rankles. Man, you may around be somewhere you ain't got no business. Man, 100 years, you know how bad your body ranking up? You be laying up, boy, you be laying on the rankle. You ain't even having sex. Whole time you clean. Y'all all right? I live me 100 and see how wrinkled you be. You can't even wash your body no more. Man, you been around wash your body. Some of these guys here, I think, not 100 years old.
Goodness.
Because they ain't washing. It ain't because of the wrinkles, this ain't washing. I bet I'm putting this out to everybody, man and woman and beast. Y'all supposed to be washing them bodies every day. Whatever category you want to go on, wash your behind day. Y'all young folks too, y'all hear me? Y'all always wash your behind. Y'all always wash your behind. Wash your whole body, wash it. Get in that tub. I know it's something else you could be doing. Ain't nothing gonna be more important than serving you and wash that booty. Booty stink. There ain't gotta be no homosexual booty stink either. You get them somewhere and folks smell booty and you been gone for 15, 20 minutes. They gonna label you with the homosexual. Gotta wash your booty, wash that. Get in that too. I be stroking. I mean, gotta wash all that. Get up on the bottom back there too now.
Yeah.
Get up under there between your legs, a stink.
Yes, sir.
Been around and get your draw, man. It just got a little fume coming from him. Right in the middle seat. Kayla is gone. Kayla is gone. What is wrong with Kayla? I'm up again my class on the Washmans. Kayla is gone. But see, now what you gotta do, you gotta look at it. But y'all gotta make sure that stuff, that something gotta be taught. Let me tell you something. Y'all gotta wash your hiney. You gotta wash your private part, them tutters. You gotta lift them up. You gotta go up. Don't just get the little obvious part and stop at the nipple. Lift it up. Undercarriage. When you go to the car wash, that thing spraying water, it hit that undercarriage on there too. Because they know it's some stuff under there you don't be saying. You lift that thing up, man, and you have a whole pillar worth of lint under there. Well, you ain't never clean. You're going to get some stuff under there. You got to wash all them areas. I tell you, that's real. Don't just move past your arm, digging that hole in there. Well, you don't know you got a hole in your arm. It's one little area now, it'll keep a little scent for itself. You can't let it do it. You got to get in there. All these products, get in between them toes. You be sitting and took your socks off. You tell me, man, I got 2 pairs of socks. No, you don't. And some footies. Them not footies. That's the lint between your toe and it done went up around here and caught around your ankle. You ain't got no business wearing no socks and no footies. 1 pair of socks, 1 pair of footies, separate. So you gotta make sure you get them foots and ankle and your kneecap. Cause you got a line between your knee and you can bend like that and muscle might shoot out of it. So wash them between your knees and the backside and your belly button. Don't dig in that too hard, because somebody confessed they went in and washed there because they never washed and started bleeding. They went in too fast. You can't attack that thing. Be careful. Do not just run in you can't just go in your neighbor like that. You got to be easy. Take your time. Folks ready to go in cardiac arrest. You can't dig it now. That's not no hiney hole. You got to go in there. You got to just ease in now. Get that thing, wash it out, get that little lint out of there. Get you some tweezers. Pull that sweater out your neighbor. Oh, I know some of these folks got a knitted sweater in there. Cause you trying to hurry up and get out. They thinking the water run down it. That water stop right there, and all you did just wet up a sweater. Get the sweater out your go. So you got to get the sweater out your neighbor, clean all them areas up. Really just wash the whole body. Get around your neck. Get around that water. And don't mess around. Don't go around that back. Dig in the back of your neck. You'd be surprised how much stuff in the back of your neck. You gotta get that neck. Rub around that neck. Get it like you choking the piss out yourself. And y'all got them wrinkles in it. Do like this. When you wash it, make sure you get all your wrinkles in your neck too. Anybody got them fat neck with wrinkles in them? We'll talk about that. Somebody say, Ed. Ed, you got wrinkles in your neck? That man said he got so much M&M juice done ran out that stuff. But I'm telling you, man, you'll mess around, man, be all kind of ants around your neck and stuff. They'll come around and start eating around your neck. I had a little cousin, man, they were way back though. Probably been in the baby bed, a rat probably been in the bed now, eating the food around the baby mouth. That stuff messed me up. I slept for a long time with a pillow wrapped around my head like this. Cause I'm saying, man, we come from the World Fair. I seen the pickle jar, baby pickle jar. I seen the head man, head snake. I ain't never seen nothing like that. That woman sitting out there, she was drunk. She said she had went to sleep. Oh, Jesus. She said, she said, the roach went in my ear. Man, that thing made me up so bad. I used to get the pillow and wrap it around my head and hold it when I sleep. I was so scared. I said, a roach? She said she had to go to the doctor, had to put some stuff in and break the roach up. You don't think you remember, you took me to the fair, we were downtown right there across from Woodrow Park, waiting to catch the bus where the old man done. That woman was out there drunk talking, said roach went in her ear. I said, that made me up. I just slept like, put that pillow and wrap it around my head. I was like, ain't no roach getting in here. There's some folks, so you gotta clean it, cause some got to be in your ear to make a roach want to go in there. If you got intelligent, that roach gonna look here and say, ooh, that's a smart nigga there. I better not go up and I learn something. You want that roach to go in a dumb nigga ear. Y'all got it? So all this stuff now, y'all try to take it and use it too. Me talking about, oh, I got hair on my body, it stink. You wash that hair. You clean that hair up good and clean your body up. Put some deodorant and some smell good on. I be telling folks, especially I tell you I could put on a little something, cause somebody poop and you pop right in the midst of it, you done. Let me say that, I can fall right. They say, oh, they crazy. I ain't gonna lose no credibility. If you all cool, you put it here, and that thing just fall, and it just turned to a mass ball. And I ain't gonna be clear. I be like, I King. I said, stop it now. We got a harbor. She's still all cool. They like, she's done. Man, you gonna have a mark of death on your body. I'm telling you. So you want to be able to do like my wife. You want to be able to put and blame it on somebody else. Let me tell you, she'll say, ooh, what? They said that's Al. I said, I been bad, she'll get there. I said, hold on for a minute. Nigga, mine's Al. They try to psych somebody. Yeah, she said, oh, that's Al. Where that come from? Try to play, I'm like, nigga, that's a fart. They killed me trying to cover stuff up. Why that? How many Koofy here don't poop? Wait a minute. Yeah, one no pulling. So them strange smell be coming from where? Exactly. You gotta poop, that's how you live. Isn't that right? Man, it ain't in there, but poop does help a man live. I want to go back to Mushai, the 7th chapter. I'm trying to get y'all. I know we've been here long, but y'all need to know this anyway. Go back to the 7th chapter right quick. I try to let y'all go here. Most High willing, we'll come back and try to finish this up. Y'all niggas on vacation, nothing to get your behinds up.
That's right.
The time to go to work now, Mr. Yahuwah time.
That's right.
And like the day is my time, it's the Shabbat, it's Yahuwah time.
That's right. 23.
So we went to work and I stayed late. You know, hey, gotta keep moving. Can't take away nothing from Mr. Yahuwah now. I tell folks, when you get what you want now, make sure y'all reciprocate. Mr. Yahuwah looking at, if it's gonna affect y'all doing what he wanna do now, I'll be honest, I tell folks, anytime, if Mr. Yahuwah let you do something, give you something, it can't affect now what you do for him.
That's right.
Well, no, you had time. We had plenty of time to rest now.
Mm-hmm.
It coming out here time. You know, you're trying to cut that man short because you done boogaloo, whatever you done done out here in the world. Mr. Yahuwah time got to be honored.
That's right.
That man honored, he be looking at that stuff. Man, give you 6 days, do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Give me $1 out of your week. You want $100? I get it. Give me $10 back. Man, please, nigga can't have nothing. Tell me $100 you ain't have.
Right. Right.
I ain't had but for $10.
Yeah.
And I gave you 100. That be honest, how we do stuff sometimes. Man, if they ain't have to pay tithe, you right. And the only way you don't have to pay tithe, you ain't got nothing.
Right. Yep.
I be honest, man. I'm a nigga. I be like, I like to keep mine. But think about that. I ain't used to lying. But that thing fat, you be like, man, sometimes we work this out.
Yes, sir.
I need to look at this tithe thing again. But at the end of the day, you look at, man, shoot. You looking at paying your tithe, you know it really work when you ain't got nothing.
Yep.
Y'all know we got a whole world of folks that ain't got nothing. Mm-hmm. With the abundance of what these folks gave out, it's still folk hungry, it's still folk going without, it's still folk behind. But you a soft fit, man, that ain't your testimony.
That's right.
And you want to argue with him about a dime over $1? Man, that's the swindler, and the swindling me.
Yeah.
The swindle is up. The man
right.
said, let me give you 10% and I keep 90. And I'll take 28% or 33% like the government. Nigga don't try to go take that money from the government.
Right.
38%, 30. They tell you your tax bracket, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And you owe that.
Yep.
They taking it.
Yep.
He'll say, man, I'll give you an opportunity. Say, man, come bring it to me. I give it to you and I let you get it. Just bring me back my 10%. I got to do right by now. He give us some time. We go out here and do some stuff. I enjoy myself. I used to slacking him.
That's right.
Man, I'm beat to death. And you don't never need to do it no more then.
Right.
Everything gonna keep you can't do what he tell you to do. That everybody here, I want that understood. You don't never need to do that no more. I don't never want that. He said, nothing supposed to separate between it. That's what I live by.
Yeah.
I'm on the hands of this. When this thing talking, it said to the best of, house of, to the family, Mishpachah, I'm Yehudi. I'm
Yeah.
Yasharal.
Yeah.
I'm in one of them houses. That means I gotta hear this. Now, I'll make sure y'all get it right now.
Yes,
Don't piss my boss off now.
That's right.
But when he was
Ooh.
40 years old, what happened?
It came into his law,
To do what?
visit his Hakeem, the Benim of Yasharal.
That's why he came to see him. You know what he told them joker to go? He sent out the Shalakim. He told her the inner city of Shamram don't enter.
That's right.
He said, but go rather to the lost sheep of.
Yasharal.
He said, it was in my law to come see you.
Yes, sir.
He said, I wasn't about to get it for you. I came to see you. That man came for us. When Mushak came for us. That man got for that man said, man, I need to go see my brother now. He said, that thing came in his law. Let's see what happened. And doing what?
And seeing one of them suffer wrong,
Being wronged
He did-
unjustly.
he defended him and avenged him that was oppressed and smote the Mizraim.
Y'all see what he did? And seeing one of them being wronged unjustly, he defended him and took vengeance for the oppressed by the striking down of Mizraim. Yahuwah told her he was going to avenge us.
Yeah.
I'm a man. That's how I see how he going to do it. Because I see you been wrong. It ain't right what they did to you. He said one Sadat what they did to you. And he going to do just like Musha. He said, I'm going to strike them down for what they did to you. That was in his law.
Yeah.
You think I believe Musha harmed me more than Yahuwah did? I know he got avengement. All right, let's see. Listen.
For he supposed his Hakeem would have understood how that Elohim by his yard would deliver them, but they understood not.
Let's say read this. He thought in his law that his Akeem would understand that Elohim would give them deliverance by his, but they did not. So what did he do? What did Yahuwah do? What did Yahuwah do? He left us. Tell them how he left us, Dexter. Because we ain't understand. I don't know what this gospel of this thing, but it sounds like it's good. Y'all got problems with your own? Because the two teachers, it's a different teacher. But I was talking to a mess one. But it makes sense now when you look at Yaram Yahoo 3:16, when he said, and I will give them ra'ah, according to my law, which is going to feed them.
I'll let you understand.
Because if you're not understanding deliverance coming by a person, does it make sense to leave you in that condition? Then it makes sense to teach you about deliverance. It makes sense to teach you about how I'm going to deliver you. Just like Daoud, when it came down that they were losing the battle against the people they were fighting. What did Daoud do? He told them to teach them. He told them where it was written there. He told them to take the book and teach them, limit them how to use it. So now when Yahushua came, it was important for us how to use him.
That's right.
That's it. There's sometimes people get stuck, they throw it away. You know, they don't know how to use that dumb, stupid thing. Don't even work. It's because you don't understand how it works. So you get rid of it, you stop using it. So once we were taught how to use it, guess what? I use this all the time. And everybody said, man, let me show you. What you do is you do this and oh, that makes sense. I'm gonna start using mine or I'm gonna get me one. That's how we transfer the knowledge and information and desire for people to want salvation. That's why we knew him as a Yasha. A Yasha is a deliverer. But see, when you don't understand it, you can't be accepted of it. And that's why a lot of times people fight to not like for myself. Everybody I heard try to speak on similar things we talk about now, they didn't know how to really verbalize it, make sense out of what they were saying. They had points about things, but it wasn't definitive enough to get me to see the logic behind what they're saying. You could just tell they basically just repeating what they heard. They didn't really understand. They just, 613 said, what are you talking about? 613 said, and they just saying stuff they don't really understand the importance of how to correlate it to things that we know. Because when we don't, we're going to fight it. Just like what I'm saying, people naturally going to fight it if it's not to their comprehension. So I try to use different scenarios. I try to use different examples of things that will come into or have common knowledge about, so then people can see the correlation, then people become more accepted to it, and they stop trying to fight what came to hurt them. Because like Mushan, they came up and they fought against him. But he said he thought they would have understood, but they didn't. And why was he thinking, listen, man, this thing happened to you. If you look, when the fight came up was not when he delivered the person that was injured. When it's actually taking it kind of leaving things kind of in a serious, kind of precarious situation. Because him coming and killing the Mizraim that actually oppressed the person wasn't their problem. Their problem came when he came in to correct them. The kick up about him killing the Mizraim wasn't a problem until he came in and tried to straighten out some differences we had among ourselves. That's when the thing got out. That's when people get pissed. I'm good if you cutting them people out there down, you getting them people out there, them folks saying, but you come in here and you get something going here, now I feel like you overstep your bounds. Now I feel like you're out of play. And they didn't understand that. Y'all got it? So I want to make sure I'm clear, because you reading this actually makes it look like these people had a problem with him killing the Mizraim, and they didn't. They had a problem, they were corrected. Let's see what happened. Verse 26. When I try to let y'all go, I just don't want to leave without understanding. Listen.
And the next Yom, he shewed himself unto them as they strove, and would have set them at one again, saying, Sirs, ye are a king. Why do ye wrong one to another?
Let me read this one later. And it came to pass on the second Yamin, which will be Shani, the Shani Yom day, he came among them as they were. That's when he came up on, when they were fighting, and he requested to make them in peace. He was trying to, hey man, y'all don't need to be fighting each other. You need to have peace among yourselves. Okay? Among them, saying, unashamed, you are a king. Why do you wrong one another? He's like, why you want to hurt each other? Because a wrong to us is hurting one another. He said, why y'all want to hurt each other? Okay, let's see. Listen.
But he that did his Rayah wrong thrust him away,
Listen, push him away.
saying, Who made thee a Shar and a Shaphat over us?
That's what they looked at. Marshal. Who made you to rule over us? That's what they're looking at. Isn't that right? That ruler. Who made this man to rule over them? Who set them up? That's the same thing we looked at with Yahushua. We try to see who gave him authority, but in our business, to come in and try to set us in one to another, telling us what we need to do. That's what people want to know. Who you supposed to be, nigga? Same thing.
Right.
Nigga, you ain't nobody up here talking, because they ain't understand. All he was trying to tell me, it don't make sense for us to be fighting each other. It don't make sense. He said, the one that did the wrong, let's get that person from among us. That's what he was telling me. It don't make sense. The person that's wrong, let's condemn them. And let's stand for what's right. Let's see what happened. What is it saying?
Wilt thou kill me as thou didst the Mizraim?
So who do you
yesterday?
think they were talking? The person did wrong. You know, are you saying to kill me? This ain't both of them talking. It's the one that just looked at. He talking about me.
Yeah.
I already know I'm wrong. I think they were trying to say kill both of them, didn't it? Or thou kill us, or what's it say there?
No, he said me. Wilt thou kill me?
Okay, but then we looking at it now, realizing why he said it. He just out his own mouth, he was guilty. They want to know, now you gonna kill me? He said, get run. And they gonna bring up some act he did to help them in the first. I saw somebody doing wrong to y'all, and that's who I took out. Now the person doing wrong among you, let's get them from among us. And the first thing he looked at, so you gonna kill me like you killed that Mizraim, the Mizraite. That's it, I gotta get out of here. What's the next line? I'm gonna get you go.
Then fled Mushah at this saying, and was a stranger in the Beth of Midian, where he begat to Beni.
Let's see what happened. 30.
And when 40 Shana were expired, there appeared to him in Bamabar of Har Sanah and Malachi of Yahuwah in a flame of fire in a bush.
Did y'all understand up here? It reads, after 40 years were completed, a Malachi, which is a messenger of Yahuwah, appeared to him in a flame of fire in a bush in the Bamatbar for wilderness of Mount Sinai. 31. I'll try to let y'all go.
When Mushah saw it, he wondered at the sight, and as he drew near to behold it, the sound of Yahuwah came unto him.
Is it a voice? Hold on, stop for something. That is a voice call for the voice, the sound. That's too. What I want to get us to do is, if we want a relationship with Yahuwah, I think the first thing I need to do is to sit down and examine where we are with ourselves first. Even before desiring or making the move to come to change, the desire had to be in my Lord first to change, to want to be different than I had been. It ain't something I just popped up somewhere one day want to do. It was already something I was contemplating. It was already something in my Lord. The importance of I want to be right for myself. And I was concerned about how I felt about myself. I knew how other people felt about me. A lot of people liked me. I had a lot of friends because of what I could do for people and because of what I did. People will attract to you, power, position, money, favors. People attract to you, but it's not genuine. So, it came down to a point of me being honest with myself on who Tony Smith really was. And that was a person that needed to change. That was a person that could not change by themselves. That was a person that needed somebody to show them change. They better walk them through change. And that's something that I truly desire to a point of coming to. Then being able to hear. Being willing when you sat down to want to know the truth, even if it hurts you. I'm saying all the truth you hear ain't gonna feel good to you, but at the end of the day, you're looking at what it's trying to yield. My goal was to try to yield eternal life. That I learned about later. Back then it was what they taught her, getting the Holy Ghost. But people told it to me without having a whole lot of understanding about it. You just need to get the Holy Ghost. When you had questions, if you get the Holy Ghost, and people telling you a question about it, or how to really obtain it, or what's the benefit of it, and what do you have to do in order to achieve it, they really can't tell you. They really can't tell you. A lot of this, it really had to come down to first decisioning about a person themselves, or where you at. It just come down flat to where you at and what you're trying to do. At the end of the day, I tell the call, I see sometimes people telling me, I said, what you trying to do? That's gonna best tell me what I can help you. Well, I don't know how much you got. It's not practical. How many bills? What's your credit like? It's things I had to start going through because you got a lot of things you want to try to do, but have you really considered these things? Sometimes you talk to people and they realize this ain't a good decision. So you just kind of out here, and that's what you learn. A lot of times people don't walk you through. People say, if you here, I'm gonna try to get you, I'm gonna make you buy something. That don't make sense, make you buy nothing. You buy what you want. That's what I do. Nobody gonna make me buy nothing. Anything I get, that's what I wanted. You can talk if you want to, but I assure you that's what I wanted. You got it? I'm gonna consider for me, is that what I want? You ain't gonna talk me and then I'm gonna leave tell myself, man, I didn't want that. That's just stupid. That's what I wanted. That's why I got it. Y'all got it? So now, I'm trying to tell y'all when y'all sit down and you listen there, because if you kind of indecisive, you just trying to just do something, and you don't really know why or what you're trying to do, it won't be long, you'll be out of here. You'll be numbered with some other people. I know why I'm here. I know why I'm here. I'm just being honest. I know why I'm here. Nobody gonna talk me out of it. I know it's right to live right. It's just wrong to live wrong. I done it. This ain't from no book I read. I know it's wrong. Let me tell you something. Conviction starts with self first. I ain't had no knowledge about no book to nowhere, to no degree whatsoever, but I still convicted. I know people know they're wrong. Because I know I was wrong. I just need to hear it. When I heard it, I said, I never heard that before. I considered, yes, I kept doing wrong, but that thing was hurting. Because I knew I was wrong. Ain't nothing worse than when you know you're wrong, you're doing. That's the biggest hurt. You can do whatever you want to try to cover up what you want, but when you know you're wrong, you know you're wrong. And then eventually, you have to move away from it. You say, you know what? I'm tired of being convicted. I'm tired of being wrong. And all right, and you start to get further and further away from it, try to get you some distance between it. And all right, the much distance you can get from it. That's what I did. I worked to get myself away from it. Then I learned you can't just escape people. People just can't be around sinners. You can't be around sinners. Folks, hey, you can't go nowhere. Everywhere you go a sinner. Don't go in the grocery store. Don't be around no sinner. So let me get it where everywhere you go, folks say, because they talk, they don't know what they're saying. There's a difference when you say be around some hypothetical, you saying something. If I'm with you to support you doing wrong, that's wrong. But if me and you somewhere and you not obeying his word, and I ain't doing nothing wrong, you ain't doing nothing wrong here that transgress or causing me and something, that ain't no kata. Y'all understand what I'm saying? But folks are tempted to a way to where it's just a bad situation, and then you need to make sure you strong. People pull you in. I'm trying to tell you now, these folks will pull you in. These sinners will magnetize you. I don't be going nowhere with no sinner. I know how far to go with you. I do business. We ain't going nowhere up here popping up no bills in here. Man, around, pop that one for me. And then I went too far. It's just one. Ain't no sin. It's a sin to get drunk. I'm on number 92. Ain't know you gonna lie. Nobody gonna tell you they drunk. It's just a thing you wanna watch because people will entice you and get you in before you know it. Look like it's just hum. You get you 2, 3, 4, 5 them good strong sin around you. Man, you met around you done broke. Y'all at the strip club. When they naked in the garden, that pole ain't nothing but a tree. Wasn't Jesus on the tree? So they start making sense. You know what? Then they strip their clothes out here, and the book said they should look on him. I'm just saying, when you want to do something wrong, and you can work that before you know it, in your mind, you be right. Because you know why? You don't care about living right. You care about living right, you say, I'm about to tell me no stupid stuff like that. That's why you got to learn how far you can go with folks. Everywhere you can't go everywhere, you can't do everything with everybody. But you got to know where your cutoff point, what you do. I got partners I do business with. No, we're not going, no. They already know we ain't going no boat, we ain't going no pool hall, I ain't going bowling with, we can go to an all-kid bowling alley. I'm not interested. Because you'll find something to slip up in there. Isn't that right? Man, around and grab that be a kid booty and grab it, throw it down the aisle. No. You got to know how far you can go. That's me. Listen, this everybody hunts different. I struggle hard to get out there. Listen, the hardest thing I did in my life was breaking all them habits. And when you get away from that stuff, as strong as I'll pull it in, I don't play with it. That's just stuff I don't play with. I just don't do it because it was just too hard for me. It was hard for me. That was real hard. Some of y'all, you wasn't doing that, so you good in the way. Some of y'all, the sex you had, you really a virgin. You just like 285-year-old folk. You just laying on a wrinkle. You ain't did nothing. Man, I done did so much stuff. Listen, man, I ain't nowhere near close. Man, I'm a liquor store. Inside, man, I can piss out a whole liquor store. Whatever you want to drink, I can piss all them bottles full. I did just too much. I'm telling you, I was out there. I've done it. There ain't no boasting, no brag. So it was real hard for me to break that stuff and break away from it. That's why I don't play with it. I don't play with looking at no Buddhas. I'm a straight man. Look at me. Hey, I'm good. Boy, you a faggot. I know a faggot when I say something. I don't do no foolishness like that. I saw if I watch more on TV and phone that I cut moving out. I said, don't flip that, turn like that. They done. They're easing in on you. That's sure. White woman walk around, she sheetrock from the back, turn around, got two swollen parts on her sheetrock. Man, you can't be there. They'll make it like it's art. It's just like art. You trying to tell that logic to yourself. I don't look on that stuff. Let them get through that. Keep on moving. If you struggle with stuff, that's what you live, what you done. You don't play with it. I don't play with it. I can watch porn. I'm good. If you're homosexual and there's a species on there that you ain't into, yes, you can do it. But I will love women. That's crazy, man. I don't know best for that stuff, man. I just don't play around with it. That's it. I went out to be, man, there's no booty jumping. 2-piece. I don't have time to keep looking, going somewhere, keep moving. I already got mine. I'm good. I don't play with it, man. You get back out there, man, I was a hoe. So I back there, I was never saying that. I was out there hard. He said about their father. He said about the father. Yahushua came, who he testified about? I didn't want you to tell me, been all like that. I was out there hard in them streets. Listen, it ain't, now y'all ain't did nothing. And y'all don't realize that's beautiful. I ain't saying to try to kill you, that's beautiful. I would have loved to have a life where I would have been exposed to everything I've been exposed to. I've been exposed to a lot of stuff I shouldn't have been exposed to. Got exposed early. So it's stuff you get through, it's just down. I thought that was just my life. That's how it's supposed to be. And you get a mind, he give you that mind. I said, man, I don't go back, I don't play with that. I don't mess around. I know where I was, I know where I'm being. Yes, sir, I've been out there. I don't play with that stuff. That's why I tell you, for me to go out there and you pray for me, man, you ought to burn. That don't make sense. What I'm gonna go out there and say? I'm ignorant to it. Man, I got pulled in. It don't even make sense. Listen, that's just too ridiculous. I done it. I'm not playing with it. What I'm gonna do? Go in there and break it off and come back? I'm going right back out there again. I know what kind of nigga I am. I'm not going no one time. I'm going back again, and again, and again, and again, and I ain't coming back. I'm gonna give up, quit, it's gonna be over with. I can't play around with it. Some stuff you gotta get in your mind, you just gotta settle. Man, I get a drink, man. I met around, I'd be like Woodrow. Fred, let me get a drink. He got that thing and rubbed his hand in the glass and licked it and put it behind his ear. I said, boy, I met around be like the Woodrow. Ain't that right? He just got him a drink and rubbed around his finger in the glass. Well, I was out there, man. A drink? Man, a cold sweating beer. Woo! Man, I ain't even drink. Man, I can count on two hands how many drinks I drunk beer. I ain't want no drink. Water, beer. I said, I'll get that to the kids. Drink in a cooler? Right. Rake that junk out of the way. I'm trying to get to a beer. Who put these drinks in this cooler? Man, a waste of ice. Man, go set that junk on there and sit in the heat. Ice was made for beer. How many of y'all be like that? Man, a drink, you want a drink? A drink or a beer? Man, I rake down through that ice. I don't want to look at no darn drink. I want to see some beer now. If I was out there, man, you get out there and put your life out there like that, don't mess around. Y'all appreciate what Mr. Yahuwah do to you. He spare your life, man, and let you come out there one and get opportunity to sit in here, man, get some understanding and really get to look at who you was and look at, he'll recome to you. That man recome, I'm supposed to been dead. I ain't got no business here. I ain't got no business here. I ain't saying that because I'm doing that now. I ain't trying to sneak out no confession. For what I've done, no. I ain't got no business here. That's why, and no doubt, my whole life, what I've done and what I've gone through, it's a benefit to people who've been out there who say, you don't understand. You don't understand. I ain't did the most to everybody. Ain't too much I ain't done. But I was out there. I'm telling you, I done done my thing. I've been out there. I'm done. I put it up. I'm done. I ain't trying to go back to no street. I'm good. Put it up. I'm done. I'm hearing Mr. Yahuwah come back. He called me. Y'all hear me? I put everything I got on that. I ain't leaving that. Folks, get out there and you can't make it back. Boy, like in the ocean, boy, you can't get a life jacket or nothing out there, you drowning. I can't go back out there. I know he ain't gonna let me back. I can't. I'm gonna walk out here with full knowledge, full understanding, and I'm gone. And I'll come back well. Shoot, but I be like Asu. I be seeking it with tears. He said, son, you ain't gonna find no repentance. I ain't got nothing for you, man. You know too much. He said, man, you teach others. You should have been teaching yourself. Man, that thing hurt. That man hit you with that thing. You done taught them folk that to steal. You been stealing? You done taught them folk not to commit adultery. He said, you commit adultery? He said, man, you inexcusable. What that mean you inexcusable? I want to get up and tell the congregation that I've been messing up, I committed adultery. And I want to ask y'all to forgive me. So how am I get past what he done told me I'm inexcusable? Y'all forgive me, won't you? Come on, y'all forgive me. Because we're supposed to do it, right? What about him? He said, you teach others. You didn't teach yourself? Man, how tight is that? Man, we don't deserve it. And sit here, I'm full now. I'm just going to walk out here and go do what? Shoot, I be looking at that live stream, they're crying, boo-hooing, and can't get back. No, it ain't no fun. Then you try to go, I will do everything out here in the world. I can't get this out of him, though. I've been through that before. He said, nigga, you cried like a baby when you was out there. What am I going to say? I ain't going to be saved. I might as well get all I can get now. Man, let me tell you something. A fool say stuff like that. People with not who know and know what brought you here. Man, you ain't have no peace with that. That man said, man, ain't going to be no peace to you. Man, what peace you going to give me? Me and my second wife, we going to be so happy together, that thing will be him. But this your second. This one here will kill you. This one here you'll burn for. What's wrong with you, baby? Nothing. Bust out crying. Something wrong with you. I can't do it no more. What wrong? I can't do it. I got to get out of here. I got to. Why? With the Lord one, shut your mouth. That man, he can't get back. Man, leave you sitting out there stuck and you can't get back. That'd be my fear. Listen, I can see a beer, I can drink a beer, I can smoke I can smoke crack. I ain't never smoked crack now. Never smoked, I ain't never snorted. Never done it for the record. Never done it. But I can do it. I can't get back. That's the only reason why I don't do it. What, man, you can't get back. I ain't desire to do it. Just don't. After a while, that being under the hand of the Torah had to be so strong for us to realize I can't get from under that rule. I can't give my, even Balaam tried to tell, if Balak would give me a house full of silver and gold. He said, I can't do less or do more than what the man told me. And that's the whole thing what I'm doing. I ain't even doing nothing extra. Man said, that's your reasonable service. Let me tell you something. I'm trying to get ready to let y'all out of here. But we got to clear the attitude. We got to clear all this falsism, this hypocriting, and this backslide food and folk doing. And you're going to make it in. You want to be real. That's just being honest. And a lot of start with us. Hayward said, it started today. Sometimes we go in Hayward, we say, Hayward, we're just going to be honest. Everybody just tell him, go ahead and tell him. Hayward say, you know what? It started today. What you been doing the other day? Don't matter. It started today. That's the answer everything gonna tell him. He gonna do something, it started today. But you know what? That be honest. When this later just said, the Shemash's gone down. Y'all know that's another day. If you ain't done that wrong since the Shemash go down, and if you could keep that action to it, do it tomorrow, to it go back down, you ain't gonna believe it. You just live kata free. That's all I work to do. I make it from one to another. Sufficient in the you. Give me the week, Lord, if you will, Lord. Give me about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe a year. Who's gonna be living a year? Get me through the day. If I make it from now to tomorrow night at the same time, and I keep this action, man, you living a sin-free life. Y'all hear me? That's where, it ain't where other folks, that's sin. You ain't put a rap your children. They ain't nobody ain't worried about no foolishness like that. Give me book. Where the book condemn it. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about kata free. If the book don't condemn me, that's it. I ain't worried about nobody's mouth. Nobody but if the me is sin, that's the problem. That's why I don't read you. I don't even quote you. Isn't that right? I already know it's wrong. All we gotta do is just stay within the designated, like he said, the Torah. That's it. You can't do no more than the Torah. I'm gonna live better than the Torah. You finna burn. Man, I told you can't do no more than that. He can't. Why you gonna have me do more than what the Torah say? That don't even make common sense. He ain't gonna put me outside my ability. Have me fly over this building, you wanna be saved. What you doing? Digging a shield, cause I ain't gonna be able to do it. I try. I'm just not stupid. Just keep. You gonna actually try to fly over this building? Nigga got a 2-inch vertical. You gonna try to fly over this building? Man, you no good with a 2-inch vertical. Nigga, I don't try all that. Nigga, just stop it. I'm gonna dig one for you too. One for me and one for thee. Good way you're not gonna fly over that building. He don't ask you to go out. All he want to do is stay within your means. Everything it's right inside your ability. So I want y'all to take your time, go back and reconsider yourself, readjust yourself, get yourself right, and make sure you